This episode brought to you by Mandarin, the restaurant. Over 100 items that do not include cat. And always remember, cats eat free.
Hey everybody, we're watching Shang Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, and you're listening to Miscast Commentary.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I am Joe Finley.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And we continue our MCU thing that we do.
I have that entire thing tattooed onto my penis.
Exactly.
That's right.
But then again, they can write names on grains of rice.
Oh, yes. Exactly.
Snap.
Oh,
gentle mic drop.
Yeah, you did. Don't drop it. Drop it. Fucking drop it. Right, go right ahead.
No, I kind of paid for it. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're not making that kind of money yet. By
They
the way,
should force the comedians to purchase their own mics.
that is...
Bring your own fucking mic because you're fucking dropping. Oh, yeah.
Well, some places do that, and
Blah,
not...
blah, blah,
And very few people actually do that.
Drop the mic there, Dave Chappelle.
Actually, it's Chris Rock is the one who always did it, and he does pay for his own mics.
That's amazing. See, well, there you go.
That's actually a thing. I think that's a thing with bands. Bands are required to bring their own.
Yeah, because they're just going to wreck it and throw it around and kick it and pee on it.
Because goddamn drummers are deviants.
Yep, they all are. Miscreants.
Every last one of them. What does that have to do with this movie? I don't know. Fuck it.
Lots.
Yeah.
Because there's fighting against miscreants.
Yeah.
There's drumming happening.
There is drumming.
Somewhere in the soundtrack.
I agree.
Guaranteed.
I agree to all of your terms. I am not being a nerd right now. Well, I'm being a nerd right now because I'm looking up the notes because I figured this would be a nicer way to have the notes for the show.
Look at that.
From now on is on my tablet because it's a little bit bigger print. And I can scroll through without being sitting there staring at my phone because I've been editing these episodes and it looks like I'm disinterested in the episode because I'm going through my phone. But really what I'm doing is like going through the notes that I wrote for the episode.
Right. Yeah. Super disinterested. Yeah, they can tell.
I'm mostly on Grindr.
I love this movie. Let's go. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah. Nothing else to say. Let us press. Actually, let me press activate English subtitles, which is already done apparently, and press play.
Now. Boom. I think I love this movie.
Yeah.
I talked to multiple people that did not like it. And, one of the reasons somebody said was like, they were like, oh, the tone, it was like they're funny in one scene and the next scene there's like being serious. And I was like, what's the problem?
Yeah, I was
like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, get some character stuff in there. Don't make the movie bogged down to, okay, like it's a movie about a guy trying to kill his dad, but he doesn't have to be fucking,
Well, and all of them,
one of these fucking samurai, super serious.
I think the biggest problem, like this is the big problem everybody has with the DC. Well, the people who have problem with DC stuff, it's always the fact that it's so like monotonous in this dark tone, and it's just such a bring down.
Snyder ones.
Yeah, well, but yeah, he did the bulk of them, right? But the ones that didn't are the ones that more people like.
Some other director just came out recently and said that it was wrong to make Batman versus Superman so soon as well. And I was like, of course it was.
Yeah.
I think you don't even have the characters established in this world yet properly, and now they're fighting each other.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And Batman says, fuck.
Well, I think, though, there's a little bit of a DC hubris because they're like, it's Batman and it's Superman. How much do we have to establish them? They're Batman and Superman.
Right.
And which, to that point, I'm kind of like, yeah, no, I agree. I get it. But when you're developing a cinematic universe.
Yeah, they didn't even know each other or anything in this one.
They should have done a lot more legwork. There should have been at least one Batfleck movie and at least one more Superman movie that would have covered this.
Yeah, like something like.
So really excited. Tony Leung, who
awesome.
This was his first English language or his first English speaking role ever. And this was his first American movie, which was shocking to me because I was like, I've seen so many of the movies he's in.
So good in this movie.
Oh, he's amazing in this movie, but he's amazing in every movie. And the coolest thing was they literally put him on a list. They're like, this is who we want to get for this movie. And everybody's like, don't be stupid. We're never going to get him. And then somebody just happened to like take a swing and reach out to him. And he's like, I love Marvel, because that's the thing. Even though he's never done an English speaking movie, he speaks fluent English.
Right.
So he was like, oh, I love Marvel. Yeah, let's do it. And they were just like I think that even at this point, they were just like,
we got him. Oh, fuck, we got him. Like,
and everybody in this movie was the same. So this is my favorite thing too, because like we didn't establish the correct Mandarin in Iron Man 3, but that was but that was like on purpose.
Of course.
Right? Well, because they didn't want to deal with, and this was a big Marvel thing, they didn't want to deal with the stereotypical Mandarin with the big thing, which is also why like Shang Chi is the son of Fu Manchu, not the son of the Mandarin.
Oh, in the actual comics.
And they're not fucking with Fu Manchu at all, because they're like, I'm not, no thanks. Like, they might as well have been like, his name should have been like Ching Chong or something like that. And there's like, no.
Or Fing Fang Foom.
Right? Well, that's also a thing.
Fing Fang Foom's the man.
But the thing is, and so what they did, Tony Leung knew nothing about the Mandarin, and they were like, don't worry about it. It was like, we're going to build it from the ground up. And he got to basically help build the backstory of the Mandarin in this version of, I never noticed the drawing of the creature.
The little dude.
Agreed,
neither have I.
That's so good.
This is the shit that I love with this movie, too, because it's like a lot of people had an issue with, like, you know, the dragons and all that. And they were like, that's so dumb. And I was like, well, you're going to believe like space dudes and like, I'm like, why not?
Yeah. We're in a world like you've created a world where anything's possible. Now all you have to do is tell us, hey, this is also possible. And this has been our talk for a million years though. Is tell me it's true and I'll believe you.
Exactly.
So
they're not even, the woods aren't even fucking around here.
Yeah.
Oh, because you can do it. It opens in a straight path one time a year.
Yes.
But you have to know the exact time, or you can ride the beast. And
that's
fucking cool, eh?
Yeah, which is what his wife did, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what I'm saying.
She wrote all 10 rings.
But let's talk about Tony Leung for a sec. So his first movie was Game of Death, the Bruce Lee movie.
No way.
And which is filled with people. That's the one that features like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Chuck Norris, Bolo Young, all those other people.
There goes your buds.
Yeah. So that was that one. And then he was also in Hard Boiled. He's in Hero. He's in Internal Affairs 3. He's in The Grandmaster. Like he's in stuff, you know what I mean? Like
Hard Boiled kicks ass.
And I mean, he's in another 100 movies.
Like
it's just like, I'm not, you know, I don't want to name them off like I know them by heart. Like I've seen more than the ones I just listed, but these are the ones that really kind of like hit home. So the movie was initially, or it was directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who's a Hawaiian-born director. He directed Just Mercy with, it was interesting, a lot of Marvel dudes. Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx, and Brie Larson.
No way. What's it called?
That was Just Mercy.
Oh.
That's that lawyer one where Jamie Foxx is in prison and Michael B. Jordan's the lawyer.
Okay, gotcha. Yes, that movie fell right off my radar.
And then I just put me as another like The Chamber or like any of those other ones where it's like there's an innocent man behind jail and the young lawyer's going to get him. He did Short Term 12, which was another Brie Larson and Rami Malek. And then he's upcoming in Tokyo Vice with he's directing Tokyo Vice with Ansel Elgort and Ken Watanabe.
Oh, no way.
Or Watanabe, I never know.
Look at this. Even with the rings on, he can't beat her.
Yeah. So this woman is in so much stuff, but I like
this Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon shit going on.
I know. I did too, actually. It's really, it's so beautiful. And this is what like Crouching Tiger won me over because of this too, is it's artistic beyond just fight choreography.
Right, exactly.
So this is actually a common kung fu like debate about like the soft martial art beating the hard one.
Right.
Because like it's the whole
not?
Bruce Lee.
I believe it.
Well, it's the whole Bruce Lee thing. It's what Bruce Lee took from kung fu to make his own style. The Jeet Kune Do is be like water. He's like, you flow with what they're doing. You don't, and that's how you win.
Shake it off, girl. Shake it off.
But it's so pretty because it's a dance, but it's still action and it's still everything. But anyway,
it tells a good, nice, romantic And then when she punched me in the junk, I knew she was the woman for me.
Yeah. So her name's Fala Chen, and she's been in a lot of TV shows in China and stuff like that. But the one thing that stood out to me, just because it made me giggle, it was called Turning Point, and it was written by a man named Man Hung Poon.
Man Hung Poon.
I love it. Guy. Yeah, he's great.
You know, see, here's the thing, too, is that this chick's got to be thinking, you know, in the back of her mind, okay, she might be falling in love with Buddy here. But in this moment, would he have killed her if he could have?
Oh, absolutely.
And if that's what I'm saying, right? This is the man you love?
Yeah. But there's also there's an empathy that exists. And he's like, he's not going to kill me because he's evil per se. He's going to kill me
because he wants to get to the...
Because he doesn't know any better.
She just took him right off him.
Yeah.
She's like, I can wear these. See ya.
Yep. Bam.
Well, she's from where the rings are from, so.
If you like it, you shouldn't have put a ring on it, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I hear you. Cock ring.
That was so good.
Gone,
I get it.
She's gone.
I just want to be there, that little, like, waterfall-y kind of pond.
Okay,
thing.
so is this... I'm surprised that this wasn't the new hot item, the rings.
It was something that
Didn't
sold.
They make the rings?
They did, yeah.
Did they? I never saw
the only thing
the rings.
they didn't set. They do. They don't separate though. So it's like
so you kind of click around.
It's like 5. Yeah, they kind of move around, but it's like when you do moves, they glow and they make noises and shit like that. But
he's like, "What's a vagina, Mom?" That's what he just came in. She said, "You'll find it when you're older."
Yeah.
Or actually, he said, "What does a dragon's vagina look like?"
This is when your dad found out. So the movie was written, other than Destin Daniel Cretton, it was also written by Dave Callum and Andrew Lanham. Andrew Lanham co-wrote Just Mercy with him. Dave Callum has a much more interesting resume. He did Doom back in the day. He wrote
like the Rock Doom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He wrote The Expendables, Jean-Claude Van Johnson, Zombieland Double Tap, Wonder Woman 1984.
Ooh.
I know. Mortal Kombat, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the upcoming one,
wow.
like part 1
this
and
guy's
2.
Kicking balls.
So, yeah, he's got a really wild, and again, I don't mention everything, but that was, there was a lot going on with him.
I feel like they had a lot to get accomplished in this movie, and they did it wonderfully.
They did. This was actually, like my favorite, like in a while kind of thing. Like it was like Far From Home came out and like other stuff, and I was like, this one like hit me.
I think this is still better than Far From Home.
I agree it is. Because it was like it's the same way I felt about Black Panther, because it was doing something so different than everybody else was doing.
Right.
So you can only do 2 things right now to really jump out at me for Marvel. Like I enjoy all of them. That's not the point. But like for me, it's you either do something that's new or you do something that's huge. And that's why like No Way Home still impressed me, because they went big and succeeded with it, right?
Oh,
that's
they
why,
sure
like,
did. Oh, yeah.
Infinity War and Endgame, same thing. Like they went huge and it worked. That's like the difference for me.
I think that's probably for everybody, really. Mm-hmm. But I mean, good characters and shit also are, But I hear what you're saying. If you're going to do just an action movie, you better do something fucking crazy awesome.
Yeah, but I think that there's a lot of people who resist, and this is like why you were saying about you knew a lot of people who didn't like this, and it's because it was so potentially. I'm not speaking for them, but it's it could be because it was so much like the same. There. Yeah, it's like this isn't what they've been doing in Marvel. Was so funny to me.
I love Anastasia. Is that her name?
It's Awkwafina.
Anastasia.
Yeah, you missed by a lot.
Big time.
But let's talk about Simu Liu. One of the coolest stories.
Canadian?
He's Chinese born, but he was raised in Mississauga, Ontario. Canadian. Yeah, he's Canadian as it is. He was in Omega, Blood and Water. He was in the show Taken. Kim's Convenience was his big thing. It was around while he was on Kim's Convenience that he actually tweeted to Marvel saying like, "Hey, Shang Chi, let's do this." And he ends up getting the role.
No way.
And after he got the role, he retweeted that tweet and just said, "Thanks."
I like how she's like, "I'm the Asian Jeff Gordon."
Yeah, I know.
I don't know who that is.
She
so
actually
that establishes her right now as being like a racing fan. She can drive.
She actually trained a lot in drifting and stuff like that during her like she did that in archery, which we'll obviously get into later. You know her from a lot of things, but she was in Neighbors 2 early going in her career. She was in Ocean's 8, Crazy Rich Asians, Angry Birds 2. She was one of the voices in Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance. She was in the Between Two Ferns movie, Jumanji: The Next Level. She had her show, Awkwafina is Nora from Queens. What else? She's going to be in The Bad Guys, a DreamWorks movie, and she's in that Renfield movie, the Universal Monsters with
cool.
Nicolas Cage. Nicholas Hoult.
Fucking A. Mm-hmm. Good. Oh, I see. Like, man, they got like so much they got to establish. They got to establish Shang-Chi, the whole history of what's going on with them, the rings, his relationship with his dad, like those characters. And I'm just like, holy shit, all while giving us lots of Marvel action. And I think the action in this movie is the best in any Marvel movie.
It's the best flat out fight scenes. Absolutely.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So like other ones, they could like again, Infinity War and Endgame, they go in scale. Because it's just like everything's happening. So it's like there's
a war happening.
So, because there's no stopping then, because it's like this guy, then it's this guy over here, then it's this guy over here. Speaking of which, we were talking about you were talking about Punisher being Ghost Rider recently. I saw a thing, I guess Punisher is also War Machine in one line of comics right now. So he has like the War Machine thing, but it's got the big skull on it, and it looks dope as shit. And his guns are like, he's got crazier guns and amazing.
Yeah, well, we're going to see. We didn't see the Punisher yet. We've seen, Murdoch. We've seen Fist.
Kingpin. Yeah, I think you're going to.
I did like that in Spider-Man 2 where they were okay. I was thinking about this the other day where they do the blip. Yeah, or not the blip. Whatever happened when the worlds were crossing over. Yeah, and Venom was so just like, I don't know what's happening, so he just went to a bar, got loaded.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now, so I'm just going to go to a bar and get totally wasted.
Figure out what's going on.
See what the hell.
Yeah.
Oh, I love karaoke so much.
Yeah.
It's so weird. You really have to get into it when it's like this.
Yes.
You know, when it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you get to sing the whole time, which is cool. But I'm always used to being at a bar.
Yeah.
And then you go up and there's lots of people. It's like so weird when you're in just a room. You're like, hey, you want to sing now? Oh, I'm going again.
We're doing it. Woo. Yeah, no, absolutely. I get it. That's one of those things you're either all in or you're not in at all.
Yeah. And a lot of the time it's like the shitty, like MIDI version or whatever you call it. And I'm like,
God.
I was like, I can't sing to this. It's like the fucking blip bloop version. It's supposed to be rocking. I'm supposed to rock at this part. And they're just like, bloop, 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 bloop. And I'm like, what the fuck?
It's the grandmother I think we're looking for. But I got to go through the things here. It's the
which is Kim's Convenience.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Like that new Pixar movie that takes place in Toronto.
Yeah, that still blows my mind. That still blows my mind.
The movie looked like it had no sound effects.
Oh,
obviously it will, as it is a Pixar movie, but it was just like, the movie sounds very quiet. Like it sounds very
well, again, it's early too, right? It was like a teaser trailer,
right?
So they're probably not even done, like close to done making the movie. So, is it I think it's the grandmother.
I want somebody to do this for me.
Yeah. There's going to be a big thing going on here. There's people who've been in multiple Marvel things as different characters,
right? And
also another one. So this woman here, she was in. I gotta find which one it is, because she was a Bond girl as well as Michelle Yeoh.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Her name was Sai Chin, so that's WIPO. And they've both been Bond girls. Oh, maybe no, that's not WIPO.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta find WIPO. I think but yeah. Anyways,
sounded pretty racist right now, bud.
No, because she was in You Only Live Twice in 1967, and she also was in Casino Royale as one of the women playing poker in the big tournament.
A Bond girl though.
Yeah, well, she's not in that. She wasn't a Bond girl in that. She was a Bond girl in the one in 67 where she's like the side.
Like she was. Oh, okay,
yeah. And then Michelle Yeoh.
If you were a girl in a Bond movie, that doesn't necessarily make you the Bond girl.
No. Bond girl has to be either a partner or a love interest or a combination of both. But
Lucky Charms product placement.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so no, she was full on in that movie.
I love this on the bus shit too. I take the bus.
Yes. Mass transit for life.
Fucking right, man.
And then obviously
second action scene within however many minutes.
And then obviously, like I was saying, Michelle Yeoh, she was in Tomorrow Never Dies with Pierce.
Yes.
Was the other one. But also Sai Chin, who was Waipo, she plays a double role because she played Agent May's mom in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that is also in this as a different character.
What is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on Disney?
Oh, yeah.
I should watch it.
You should. It's fun.
I should catch up to it.
They've kind of like segregated it from like official canon because they essentially like entered like a different like timeline in reality.
Oh, fuck. He just punched his soul out of his body.
I know. It had that feel. It really had that feel like you were going to get a Doctor Strange kind of thing.
Fuck.
This is so good.
Oh, yeah.
So this movie almost was directed by...
She says Hawaiian dude.
Well, it was a Hawaiian guy. This was almost directed by Wu Ping, who was the fight choreographer. Yeah, he was the fight choreographer for The Matrix, and he's also the director of a ton of other shit as well.
But did he do the fight scenes for this? Or
no, he didn't. But he's one of the guys who's like very influential in this.
Right.
Obviously.
Who did this? The fight scenes. Fuck, man.
There's a bunch of people. Actually, the guy who's married to his sister in the movie. They got married on the movie. He was like the main guy, I guess.
I love, wait, so sorry. So Buddy there, I love this. He's like, I just want you to know right now, he's like, I've taken years ago, a couple karate lessons. I'm going to try and rate this real quick for you. It's like,
oh, that would be amazing.
No, that's what he said, the guy.
Oh, yeah. So this is Florian Munteanu, I think is how you pronounce his name. He played Drago's son in Creed 2.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
That's why he looks so familiar.
And he is upcoming in Chris Pine's The Contractor, and he's going to be in the Borderlands movie. So he's got some stuff going on. But yeah, he was Drago. Because I was the same thing. I was looking it up today, and I was like, oh, shit.
Look at this cool-ass arm, eh?
It is cool. It's well done. So this was one of those things, too. They wanted to... No! This was literally like them saying, hey, we want to show some love to Jackie Chan movies. That was a big thing.
Morgan Freeman is out.
Oh, actually, the stunt...
It's just like...
I know. So, no, here you go, actually. The stunt coordinator was Bradley James Allen, who was the stunt coordinator for Jackie Chan's movies. So, there you go. He actually died before this came out.
Oh, no.
So, they dedicated the movie to him.
I need to start going through more of the... straight because I've seen a lot of them, but I want to see more of the classic Jackie Chan ones where they show like the scenes of like, I don't know, there's that one where he jumps down all those lights. And then when he hits the bottom, he's like, holy fuck, like his hands are like all burned and shit.
What, you're thinking like First Strike and like stuff like that?
Yeah, I've seen First Strike. I mean, you know, like Police Story.
Oh, the Hong Kong stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We should do another Jackie, man. Fucking
we haven't done a Jackie in a while,
man.
Yeah, we could do one of those. That's for sure.
And these guys too, man. These fight choreography dudes are so fucking good because it's like every single little thing has to happen. Like you write in the script, there is a bus fight, and then some fucking dude puts this whole thing together.
I know. Yeah, they'll give you a few little beats because it'll be important. It's like it's important that the bus crashes into this car or something like that. But you're not going to get the whole thing. But what I think these guys did better than you would expect is because they're like such like practical fight coordinators that they hired for this. You wouldn't expect that they would be able to mold so well with effects.
Right.
And they really did. Like,
you can tell with the bus is going and stuff, but I mean, I don't even give a shit anymore. Like, it's done so well.
But it still looked really good. Like, that looked like a legit stunt, even though it was the fact that it was all green screen and he was on a wire.
Yes,
like, you knew he'd be
awesome,
but you knew he'd be on a wire, but like, yeah, it's done. It's done so well.
That's what I'm fucking talking about, man.
This has that.
Fucking right.
Actually, too, speaking of some of these old movies and stuff like that.
There goes that guy.
Speaking of some of the movies that like inspired this, Ip Man was one of the ones that also inspired it. And Donnie Yen was actually somebody they were thinking about for Wenwu.
Right.
The Mandarin, because
I can see that. If they didn't get Buddy, they could Tony Leung, they'd get.
Yeah. I think that would have been good because he's ageless, so it doesn't really matter if he's like, because I mean, Donnie Yen does not look as old as, and it's no shade to Tony Leung,
which makes complete and utter sense to the movie and the main cast of the movie and blah blah blah. Like, it's an Asian centric film, and it makes sense that they would steep it in Asian culture.
Oh, absolutely.
Cinema.
Absolutely.
Right? Which is like, you got I'm not saying it's everything. I love this fucking part.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's so gorgeous.
Awesome.
So I'm goosebumping all over the place,
action
man.
scene, man. Like, it's still going.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not saying that's everything, but you're right. You got the Crouching Tiger stuff, and then you also got the pure, like, Jackie Chan, like, kicking and fighting. And
yeah, they wanted to make it very clear what they were inspired by, and they just went with it. And they give it up to everybody.
This guy, like, look at this shit. This is real, I think. This right here.
Oh, yeah, for certain.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is like
fucking awesome.
And this is another really good example, too. We talked about this with Black Widow, of somebody who has no right to be given $150 million movie. Like, Just Mercy. I mean, he did work with some stars, but it's not like he was, again, he did nothing to show that he could work with this gigantic stuff, and they just do it all the time.
They see it. They feel it.
Yeah. I mean, an artist is an artist, I guess.
I don't know what they see, who they have, like, like those talent scouts that, like, well, it's not very hard in basketball. They're like, I was down in Louisiana. This guy's 9 feet tall. They're like, oh, fuck, let's check this guy out.
Yeah. So apparently in the late 80s, Stan Lee had planned to make this movie, and the plan was for it to star Brandon Lee.
No way.
Because, Shang-Chi was literally designed after Bruce Lee.
Right.
And so they were like, well, who better to play him than his son? But then, like, it just kept falling through, and then obviously, eventually, like, 10 years later, he's dead. But
The Warriors.
Yeah.
He's got Stankonia.
Yeah, and he's got a Kung Fu Hustle up there.
Yeah.
As well as the other one, which is funny because one of the guys who lives in Ta Lo is the landlord from Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have recognized him, but I saw that in the
old
research
postcard he got.
Yeah. So apparently, Wu Peng Yun was the one, like I said, that was in 2005 when they were going to potentially do something with this, which was, kind of like just after the last Matrix came out. He was going to direct it. He's done a ton of shit, though. I went through his stuff, and I was like, too much to list, and he's got nothing to actually do with the movie, so I'm not even going to bother. But he directed, like, Tai Chi Master with Michelle Yeoh and, like, stuff like that. Like, he's a beast. Stephen Norrington, for a little while, in 2001, he was attached to direct it.
Did you say?
Stephen Norrington.
What's he done?
I think he did Master and Command. All right, let's look at that.
The Far Side of the World. Oh, here's the pass.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Ooh.
So, yeah. I'm not going to go through that whole thing. Again, nothing to do with the movie. I'm not wasting time.
I like Buddy here. Kabuki Dude.
Yes. Also, this was a really interesting one, too. He is played by...
Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD?
Yes. No, he's played by Andy Lee. And what's interesting is he's a YouTuber, primarily, who he founded this thing called Martial Club, which they make a bunch of, like, short films that are all based on, like, stunt fighting and stuff like that. And it's gotten him some movie roles, mainly, like this one being kind of, like, the biggest of them.
Right. I like that
He was also in Paper Tigers.
That they, like, in the new Expendables 9, it's got, like, not Tony Leung. Fuck, what's the guy's name? He's in he's like, Save My Elephant, kicking everybody in the Tony Jaa.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking kneeing everybody's face apart and everything.
Save My Elephant. That's a fantastic way of looking at it.
Like, what's that movie?
Hum Lai. The only thing I ever think of is Hum Lai. But he's another guy, too. Like,
oh, fuck, look at this kid go.
I'd like to go back and watch some of his stuff, too, because some of his stuff is just out of this fucking
kid,
world.
When they do young Marvel Justice, he'll be young Shang-Chi. He'll be like Shang-Chi Jr.
So good, man. Like, just...
Okay, and so now, like, we've been talking about, Captain Marvel.
Absolutely.
And, they're all getting, the bad guy, the characters are getting very powerful. Like, Wanda becomes so goddamn powerful she can do whatever the fuck she wants to, essentially. Yeah. And you got, Doctor Strange, but then you have, like, Captain Marvel, like I said, super strong. And they had said that all jazzed up. Like, we haven't seen anything with these rings yet.
Oh, yeah.
And they said that with the rings on, Shang-Chi is as powerful as Thor or Hulk or...
Well, because, again, they're otherworldly. Actually, there's ties to them. We'll see some stuff in some of the post-credit stuff going on. But they have ties to the Eternals. They actually come from... In the comics, they come from the place that the Eternals come from.
The rings.
Yeah.
Did each of the Eternals have a ring or something?
I think that the idea was they were designed for them. And actually, that's
Is there 10
something.
Eternals?
I think so.
Ah.
I don't know. I felt like it was 50 though.
None of their cocks.
Yeah.
They were like, fucking throw them out.
No, it would have
Then
fit.
some Asian guy that was going through the dumpster found him. Boom.
It fits Salma Hayek's cock just fine. But that was another big thing in this, because obviously in the comics, the Mandarin wears the 10 rings, and they're actual rings. It's 10 alien rings. So they made the decision. I have 2 rings. I have my wedding ring, and then I have my silicone lightsaber ring because I'm cool. And but yeah, so they were like alien rings, but in this one they tie it to kind of like mythology that exists within the world already.
I dig that.
But
I dig that.
But the other part of that too was those exist in martial arts culture. They actually wear rings to strengthen their arms and stuff. So like when they're like going back and going, like the weight is shifting. Oh. It's because I gave you the good mic. I gave you the good mic arm. I gotta order a new one.
The good.
Well, because yours has a thing to like tighten it. Mine doesn't.
Good. Let yours fall around.
I know. This is the one I use for streams and stuff like that. This one.
So yeah, it's like when people wear
assholes.
weights. When you see that fucking dude at the gym, he's like doing pull-ups and he's got like fucking like weights hanging off him.
Yeah.
You're like, holy fuck! But same thing with the rings. I dig the idea of turning the rings into rings.
Well, and
like like baubles. Or I can hang out here.
They made more sense because they're like an extension of yourself that way.
You're just gonna look like a pimp with all them rings on. Yeah.
Well, and I think too, like, and again, just from a cinematic standpoint, it starts to reek of Infinity Gauntlet too much if you're wearing the rings on your hand, and it's like, oh, it's just a different.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
So I don't think that
that was probably something to do with it.
Yeah, I like they did it to kind of tie into like the Asian culture more, like they said. So they're in Macau right now.
Oh yeah,
this is I've seen this scene so many times. They play this scene in full as an advertisement on YouTube. So you're sitting there watching something just for watching Shang Chi on Disney Plus,
right?
And like from when the guy starts like taking him in, he's like, "We do fights from
right, it's
like on closed captioning or whatever on the dark web." Blah 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 blah.
That if they show you as a preview for the movie an entire action scene, that the movie probably has a shit ton of action.
Yeah, I know. It's like we can afford to. We can afford to drop
the preview for Showgirls,
and this would argue
tits. They can't even find a scene without tits.
And this would arguably be like the least actionable scene.
This guy's wicked.
This is great. So this is called the Golden Daggers Club. Shang-Chi's sister in the comics runs an underground, like a crime organization called the Golden Daggers. So this is just them tying those things together. I speak ABC. Yeah,
I speak ABC. Let's do it.
Love it. So now I want to look really carefully because apparently there's some more Easter eggs of like some of the fights you can see in the background. So I had
characters that are waiting in their things. Probably,
yeah. So I don't know. It's gonna be hard to see. So that's an interesting one there. She's kicking some ass.
She's called Lady Kick.
I love that mask.
That's Disco Ball Head.
Yes. Yeah, he looks.
Oh, there he is. That's Yokozuna.
Yeah. Does this not remind you of just like straight up like UFC 2?
Oh, that might have been E Honda.
Yeah, it might have been E Honda. Okay, I'm waiting for it. There it is. It's a widow versus an extremist guy. So that's actually one of the Black Widows.
Who's the extremist?
Remember Iron Man 3? They took
the
serum.
Yep.
So that's what those guys were.
There's a low level.
I don't recall. I don't recall noticing that the first time.
And there's a Wong versus Abomination, man.
Which apparently Abomination is going to play a big part in She-Hulk.
Well, yeah, I guess he probably would, yeah. I wonder if it's going to be Tim Roth.
Well, I'm curious because it's not Tim Roth here, so.
I heard him yell. He's fucking pissed. Well, you've been slapping him around. Oh.
I loved that.
Knock yourself out, player.
That's a great. Yeah, you played yourself.
Wong's the man.
I love Wong. I think they've done so well by Wong, and he's not in Spider-Man a ton when you think he might be just because Doctor Strange is in it. But again, he can be in a movie for like 5 seconds and just be so potent in that 5 seconds. They've done so well by him.
This guy looks like a style. I could wear a haircut like this guy. It's kind of like the Asian Red Rooster. Remember him from wrestling?
Oh, Red Rooster. Yeah, sorry.
I just been watching all the old ones, and he's been backstage like interviewing. So I don't know what happens. Like maybe he gets thrown into like a chicken coop
Yeah.
with starving chickens, and they peck at him till he dies, and then is resurrected as the Red Rooster.
Terry Taylor's interesting.
Terry Taylor. There you go. Damn it.
He's one of those guys who was just very much.
These fucking fights are fixed.
Yeah, that's
Triple F.
But
oh my god, that's like damn it. The first aid in the background was like from a video game.
Oh yeah. So making him fight shirtless was actually a thing because they Shang Chi always fought shirtless in the comics because again they based him on Bruce Lee. Who was always shirtless. Look at like he's a guy though because like he wasn't like just some like guy on a sitcom, like he was actually experienced. Like I've got his stuff here. So he already had training in Taekwondo, gymnastics, Wing Chun, but to make him like the ultimate master of Kung Fu, he also trained in Tai Chi, Wushu, Muay Thai, called Pencak Silat, which I don't know what that is, Krav Maga, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, and street fighting.
Is that just for this movie, or just mean like...
Well, the second group
stuff was his own.
Yeah.
Like, there's no fucking way. I was like, he must have had some kind of formal training, because holy fuck, like...
He came in with a natural athleticism, big thanks to some.
I wonder who else they tried out for the role.
They said it was pretty extensive. They went through a lot of people. I know people like they brought up a lot of names like Steven Yeun and stuff like that from Walking Dead. I think like pretty much like every big Asian actor. What? No, he's too little too small and it's a little too old, to be honest with you. Now let's talk about.
Don't hold your punches, bro. She's not.
So I do not know how to pronounce her name. It's Mengje Zhang or Mengjer Zhang.
You still let me take care of that part.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Nobody would be like, "Hey, you pronounced the name wrong."
I know, but I'm, I have to be, vulnerable from time to time. This is literally the only movie she's ever done.
Her?
Yep.
Really?
This is her first and only film.
Oh wow.
And like I said, she met the stuntman Young Lee, who did a lot of the stunt choreography for this stuff, and he
trapped in a flashback. So
they got married during the course of this movie, and Simu Liu took the whole cast and crew out to Disneyland to celebrate, and then apparently Awkwafina took them all to karaoke afterwards.
Nice. Like he didn't go. Like, I can't come to karaoke because I'm rocking at Disney.
No, she just said like she fronted the bill.
Oh,
like so he paid.
Nice. I'm just like Kevin Feige should have paid the fucking bill.
Yeah, that's not his job.
Fucking A, it is.
His job's to pay for the movie, not for whatever the fuck they want to do during.
Yeah, they're a private time.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Dad back in his helicopter.
These are good flashbacks too. Sometimes flashbacks are overused and just kind of a crutch.
Yes.
But these are important ones mainly for the fact that you don't know dick about Shang-Chi. Again, if you're not a big comic nerd, you got no fucking clue. And I mean, you have to be a sick comic nerd to kind of dig in. This was kind of like
Kevin Smith-ish.
Yeah. Like
Kevin Smith level of comic nerd.
She has, and I know it's on purpose. Like she has a maturity level that's so beyond his, which is crazy for somebody who it's their first movie.
He's like, hey, you trapped in a flashback? He's like, hey, what are you doing? Hey.
Oh my God, that would have been so funny.
And then she boom, and he's like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
I remember I was stuck in a flashback. It's okay, she's just in a flashback. We've all been there, right?
There should be mist.
Yeah, of course.
On the screen.
Yeah, and doves, potentially.
You don't need to. So, just missed to signify that it is a flashback.
Yeah. Something also worth noticing, she always wears things, and I think that this is on purpose. She wears things that are very unflattering to her body.
Who,
Awkwafina, and I think it's 100% on purpose. Like the pants make her look a little dumpy. She's fantastic. And I think but I think she knows how to play the comedy. She's like this girl is going to be in the tight thing, like showing off her like sick, like athletic bod. I'm going to have a fanny pack.
Awkwafina does too. But she's getting into the character. Yeah. She's going to do that next movie where they're like, she's gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
never been kissed too.
Well, I mean, it's not like she's got like so many extra pounds on her that would be a friggin' nightmare. Like that's like a couple of months of working out and she'd be good to go.
I need to get a Marvel role because it's automatic abs. It's like, boom, you're doing their 6-month super shredder fucking workout, and boom.
With a man making you 6 pounds of chicken and broccoli a day to just
Fuck yeah.
He's like, every time you do a set, you get like a little Tupperware container full of chicken and broccoli. Boiled chicken.
Yep. Just the way mama likes it.
It still blows me away how much I really like. I was confident I would like the movie. Just like everything I saw looked cool.
I did not know if I would or not.
Yeah. But I was like, it exceeded every expectation I had.
As it did of mine.
Yeah, it was
it's arguable. I can I say my top 3 Marvel movies.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I would put it I would probably maybe squeak it into top 5 depending on my mood. But
that's definite, man. I was like, this movie kicks. Oh yeah, you bastard.
It's fantastic. Oh, it's rough. See, like even the way she moves around,
she's like, right. Yeah.
She like, and you can tell that's unless she has some kind of like leg injury that I don't know about or something like that.
It's totally character.
Yeah,
and another action scene.
Yeah.
That one was just a pseudo action scene just to make sure, you know.
Yeah, this is when this guy shows up, it's a serious action scene.
Yeah.
Like I'm not fucking around.
Yeah, this is a fucking good one. I'm going to put this mask on. They'll never know it's me. Wait out the window.
That would have been so hilarious. And then he's like,
seen his Shang Chi. I just saw some gold bunny guy. I thought it was the DJ guy.
Yeah. And then there's a girl I swear was Aquafina.
I like it too because this is his love interest as well.
Yeah.
This is in the next one. Did they kiss in this? Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
But they weren't, like they're really just like friends.
No, but they're in love with each other.
Yeah.
We know that. Grandma already said.
Yeah.
Look at the chemistry right there. Come on. It's not just because she's going to die. He's like, if you're going to die, I'm going to kiss you.
Yeah. Aquafina was actually the first person cast in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. She really went on a limb with this one.
Yeah.
Although, really, is it? It's a Marvel movie.
No.
Like, they really want to do this guy justice.
Yeah.
I would be just pissed off if I was the other guys, because for this guy's first movie, man, holy fuck, like.
Yeah. Well, this is. Well, I mean, like, this isn't his first movie, but it's his first lead.
And, no, I mean, it's Shang-Chi's first movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes.
Like, as a character. Like, this movie, like, first is, like, Iron Man 1, and she's just like, oh, my God, like. But, of course, that's the first. It's going to build up. Then you can get the bigger budgets and blah, blah, blah.
Well, it's something I was actually talking, I was kind of explaining that to my kids. And I was like talking about why, like, even in the Hunger Games, like the second and third movie, like, looks considerably different than the first. I'm like, the first one, they didn't give them any money because they had no faith. Well, they had minimal faith that anything was going to happen, but they wanted to basically cut their losses, because if nobody went and saw it, then they could just go, oh, well, nobody saw it and we didn't lose a ton of money. It's no big deal. But then once that one's successful, they know that people are coming to the next one.
So you guarantee a higher budget for the next one. It's like the John Wick movies.
Harry Potter movies.
Harry Potter was more, come on.
Yeah.
But when John Wick first one comes out, they're like, holy fuck, this movie did way better than we thought. Then they just take a little bit more of a budget. They do throw a little more, but now the next one's going to be fucking, you know.
Yeah. Or you can go the almost complete opposite route, which is Twilight, where the first movie had absolutely no money, and then the other ones got money, but they look like they had absolutely no money.
They spent it all on their glitter.
Like
their vampire glitter.
Like, it looks like the CG looks like it was done by me. Because, like, somebody who's just figuring it out by watching YouTube videos. That was so cool.
I wonder how much of the stunts he did himself.
Well, again,
fight stuff.
I'm sure there's plenty that he actually did himself, because there's also there's also worth considering just, again, the fact that the like big stunt kind of things like this are a lot of you're on a wire and you're doing a thing.
Right.
Like,
Fighter 4 yells. Yeah. That could be me. No fucking way.
No.
You'd be Fighter 4.
You'd be Fighter 6 at best.
Oh, no. I'd be the guy that just like is the guy that gets hit by the other guy's fist and then I get like knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah,
like when Fighter 19 goes to punch Shang-Chi and he accidentally hits me, that's me. I'm that guy.
I'm guy who shits his pants on bus. And not even the bus that they were fighting on. There's a bus that passed by and you can see, if you like pause, you see my face and go,
I play the shit in that guy's pants.
Yeah, it zooms in on it. He's like, whoa.
What a scene, eh? Fucking right.
See, I love these two. These things where like it just all moves around. Hawkeye had a really cool, like a couple of really cool, like one shot looking scenes that were kind of similar.
Oh, schnit.
We were ill prepared for that.
Oh, here he is, Sergeant Kabuki Man in NYPD.
It is kind of comical how much he looks like Sergeant Kabuki Man.
I just saw it right when I saw this. I was like, oh my God. There goes the other necklace. Way to go, guys.
Yeah. If people who aren't familiar with Sergeant Kabuki Man, he's actually a Truma character. And then if you want to time, right. I know they actually said when directing him, Destin Daniel Cretton said to him, like, find your inner Tom Cruise.
Holy fuck, did he ever, like?
Because that's like, oh, so good.
Like, it's action scene's still going.
I know, right? This one didn't, and you didn't sacrifice story, because usually a movie like this is going to sacrifice story for this amount of action. And this one doesn't at all. And also, they don't rely on any slow-mo. Like, that one scene there with the with like the outdoors in the background there, like that would be one of those, like in the Matrix, they'd slow it down, right? And, like, do all that. It's like, no, these guys are gonna go. You're gonna watch them go full on. Like, look at how hard they're going at each other here. Now, I do know that he did have a stunt double, so obviously he didn't do everything on his own. But like,
well, of course.
But again, I just don't know the limits, because I'm sure there's just some fighting shit he can't do. Like, he's just not as good at. And when you want him to be the ultimate fighter, right?
Oh, he just used his. Oh, that was a dirty trick, bud.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Daddy's home. Well, like I was mentioning the John Wicks before. They also use a lot of the action dudes. I remember in the last one, it was the main bad guys from fuck, what was that movie? He's not Tony Jaa. He's the other dude, and he was in the movie where they stormed the building. The entire movie is them storming a building, and it is like, holy shit.
That's Troy.
What was the name of that movie?
You're thinking of Eric Bana.
Yeah, fuck, what was that movie called? The Raid.
Oh, yeah.
The Raid 2.
The Raid Redemption.
A bunch of the dudes from Raid 2 Redemption were in John Wick. Better watch those swinging arms, bud. You're not Shang Chi here, bud. Fucking throwing around.
I got rings, though.
Yeah, 2.
I'm 1/5 as good as they are. See how I, like, contracted the fraction? I could have said 2/10, but that's not.
That was good of you. Really good of you.
I'm no dummy.
This is a cool place. So Dad's just been hanging out here building his dudes up.
Yeah, he's basically Minecrafting in real life.
Oh my God, I wonder what the bathroom looks like. You think they got running water? Like,
that would be amazing.
He just was like, I'll go pick up my son while you guys go get another roll of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Why does they need me to live in this place?
Well, Amazon drones take care of all that shit. They don't need to worry.
Okay, so what about what are these guys called? Golden what?
This is the 10 Rings.
No, what was the other gang called?
Oh, her crew is the Gold Daggers, but she doesn't have a crew. It's just that thing. Okay, in the comics, it's the Gold Daggers.
The 10 Rings.
Yeah.
Without Dad.
Yeah.
Versus the Hand.
Ooh.
With Chick.
Interesting.
What's her name? Let's take her out of it too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Elektra.
Leaders are gone.
The Hand versus the 10 Rings. Some of them are from the hard streets of New York.
I would lean towards the 10 Rings.
So would I.
For two main reasons. One, this is I guess they're both kind of like anciently trained and whatever. So I guess that one that could be a wash. But these guys seem to have the technology, like their weapons have that kind of like alien technology, that otherworldly
shit going on,
kind of thing. So that's where I lean.
Oh, their girlfriend bonding. Just like Kate Bishop and
Yelena. It's so good.
I saw a lot of memes or whatever on the Instagram there.
Memes?
About... Did someone call you meme names?
No.
Well, I'll kick their fucking ass.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
I was like, oh, fuck. Now the girls are talking. My worlds are colliding.
This is what happened to me at my birthday party.
Oh,
my wife and my ex-girlfriend sitting at a table together.
Oh my God, you're married forever. That's not like worlds colliding.
It's still weird. Well, but it's like
it's only weird to you.
But it's my high school. Of course, it's only weird to me.
They planned your party together.
Yeah, that's weird.
Even when they said happy birthday, kissed each other with tongue, and you're still all like, "This is weird for me." Whoa.
That wouldn't have been that weird for me. Most meetings I have with people end with lesbian sex.
It's true. Yeah, it's very true. Make your kid punch a pole all day. See, now you're talking about like child abuse and shit.
No, because he wasn't doing it to him. And he wasn't even there. So it's like, hey, you were punching him on your own. I don't know what you're talking about.
I guess that's what you can say in court. Nobody complains when you're training to be a kung fu master that your dad's been slapping you with sticks and whatever. But if he's just, that's what you should say the next time the police come because you've been beating your kids with a stick. You tell the cops that you're turning them into kung fu masters.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, sorry about that. Can I bring my child?
Yeah.
You're like, yes,
while he's
I will also beat your, turn your child into a kung fu master.
While he's drinking from a baby bottle full of Coke.
That's good.
Apparently, they thought briefly about including Ant-Man in the movie because it takes place in San Francisco.
I've been here the whole time.
So
like zooms in.
Well, like I think they were trying to find like a place for him to kind of like fit in,
right?
But they decided against it in the long run because they think they would have just interrupted the story.
Yes, I agree.
Which I agree. Like it would have been okay with me if it would have been like he was the guy that they, like were the valet for or something like that. Because then he's got nothing to do with the story.
Right, he's just in it.
You're establishing him.
It's probably not that funny.
So,
it's probably more funny weird than funny haha.
Probably.
Like I don't really see these guys laughing hilariously.
He has absolutely no sense of humor.
Yeah,
he's just like funny story. So, anyways, this man came to my place and I killed him.
Like, oh,
and then I don't find that funny at all. It's like, no, we all laugh.
Hasn't seen TV or anything in a while.
My minions, who I kill if they don't laugh at my jokes, they were laughing so hard.
Oh, and this is where he's talking about the Mandarin.
Yes.
From Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah. I like the Warrior King. That's not even a name. That's just
there should have been one more. Like, he's like Warrior King, King on Earth, he who shall not be named, and Mr. Woohoo. or Mr. Yaya, he who wah wah. And they're like, what? Like,
there was one 5-year period where I was called Poopy Pants for a reason that I'm not going to explain.
Yeah, she's like, she kicked my ass.
You betcha.
Of course he's going to befriend to love her. He's like trapped here.
Yeah,
wants a warm meal.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Maybe, do you have to eat with rings?
I can't.
Because he's lived for a long... Oh, no, he hasn't.
He did in the end. He had lived for like a long time by this.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
that's correct.
He'd lived for like hundreds of years.
Because the rings, yeah.
But yeah, I think he wears them. He kept them on mainly because he was afraid to lose them. Like not like, oh, I don't know where they are, but like for them to be stolen or
what a waste. You know what one ring can do for a man? Yeah. Imagine 10 magical rings. He's probably a beast in the sack. The rings won't let him be anything else.
This movie is almost the opposite of Beyonce because he liked it, so he took a ring off it.
He took 10 rings off.
Whoa.
Look at that for a woman. Huh,
man.
See? This movie's anti-love.
They should have made him all fat and shit.
Then I started in on the pork rinds. I don't know why he's like French suddenly. I don't know.
He's now played by Gerard Depardieu until he loses the weight.
That'd be amazing. More movies should just change people mid and then bring them back.
Recast them with the most
and then bring the first person back.
Yeah, we shot a lot of scenes. Yeah, we shot a lot of these scenes with with Chris Rock. And he's like, but then we had to replace him with like Betty White.
Oh, she died.
R.I.P. Betty White.
Oh, R.I.P. Betty White. This has been a while back now, but
yeah. By the time you guys see this,
everybody does everyone loved Betty White.
That was and I don't know why I just refused to believe it because originally the only entity that had reported it was TMZ. So I'm like, nobody else is reporting.
They're the only ones anybody listens to anymore.
And I was like, nah, I'm not feeling it. Well, they've been wrong before too.
Never.
So, but it wasn't until I heard that her agent had confirmed it with another media outlet that I was like, oh, okay, it's real now. And
I would believe TMZ right first off.
I'm actually, by the time this comes out, you can find an article. I'm writing an article about her for CGM. That'll be out on her birthday, on her 100th birthday.
Oh, that's right. Her 100th birthday was coming up.
Yeah, on the 16th.
You know what I dig in this movie too is they did a backstory of the dad and the rings and the relationship with the mother.
Yeah.
They don't do any of the mystical shit. Well, you saw some of the Crouching Tiger stuff. And that
you can see what it does,
but they didn't show any of the real shit until later. Like they could have been like back in a time with dragons and and you'd see whatever the fuck.
It's really funny because they could really unleash whatever they want, like from that wall and stuff like that where the dragons come. They could literally unleash whatever that's where Venom could come from. That's where like all the symbiotes could come from that. And like just whatever you wanted could just be there, right? It's just like you just accept it.
Balrog,
yeah, there's a Balrog in there.
Right hanging around back there. It's probably just a club for bad dudes. Fuck yeah.
The Balrog and Hitler as played by
Mecha
Taika
Hitler.
Waititi.
Yeah, Mecha Hitler in his robot form.
That would be
from
fantastic.
Wolfenstein.
So let's talk some moolah right now. So this movie crushed the
I'm
Labor
glad it
Day.
did, but I remember I said my hesitation. I was worried about how an Asian Marvel hero would do at the box office.
Yeah.
And you guys in the world there pleasantly surprised me.
Yeah. But yeah, the movie, it like absolutely destroyed, it had the Labor Day weekend record. It made $94.7 million its opening weekend. The previous winner of that was was Halloween from 2007. And that movie made $30.5 million.
Halloween.
So it more than tripled. Well, I guess Labor Day is not a lucrative holiday to come out, but this one just crushed. So it actually
damned be the world.
Yeah, this is the water map. But you got to memorize this shit hard.
He says that after you see it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, did you just memorize that? You're like, what?
He's like, it's also available on MapQuest. Yeah. He's like, nobody uses MapQuest anymore. So you have somebody printing out MapQuest directions for the direction to Talo.
How much does this movie cost to make?
It was around, I think it was around 150. I have to double check. It's very funny that we say that now, eh? Because we say that about
no, but I mean like fucking that up in the air one. Don't look up there.
Yeah. But that was all just
don't look at how much money I made for this movie. Like, holy Christ.
It doesn't have an actual number. It says 150 to 200 million.
Yeah, that's probably.
But I'm saying, I was good. Well, I don't know, just because like this one, you're not paying off all the actors. Like Black Widow, like they had to pay, like they paid, what's her face there? ScarJo. $25 million. I was like, if you probably every person in this movie combined didn't make $25 million. Oh
my God. This one Scorpion shows up.
Get over here. So the movie opened up number one, like I said, with 94.7 million. It beat, the money it made was more than the combined total of the rest of the top 50 movies of that week.
Shit.
And some of those guys were Candyman, Free Guy, Jungle Cruise, Suicide Squad, and Black Widow. Nice. Were all out while that was going. Next 3 weeks, it stayed number one. Go. Yeah.
This is, they don't hammer it over your head either.
No, absolutely.
Like you get a couple scenes of him. Oh, okay. Like he really believes it. Like
this is the thing that Marvel is so great at. And I know there are people who don't like this, but I think it's so more humanizing and so
I like it too.
And it's like they make every one of their bad guys empathetic. You understand, like they're not just like, oh, I'm evil, destroy. They have a reason for what they're doing.
Why can't that be their reasoning?
But no person, there's never been a person in the world who thinks that they're evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's no person who's like, Hitler did not think he was being bad.
What he was doing was right.
Right?
Well, I guess.
Yeah. Well, he believed it was the right thing for his people. Right? And he's like, this is what the world should be, and this is blah blah. And
right.
He was wrong. But the the hot take, but yeah, he wasn't really right about that. But the whole idea that like these big bad monsters can also have that kind of human reasoning, and it's like, oh man, it's like You know, and even to a point where you agree with the bad guys sometimes, and like Thanos being a real big one. A lot of people.
I love how the dad's like, if they don't give me your mom who's locked behind this mystical gate, I will murder everyone.
Yeah. And
they're like, no. And he's like, what, you don't want to do that?
Yeah.
He's like, why would you want to do that?
Somebody doesn't love his mom.
Yeah, like, this is the number one favorite scene of any Marvel movie ever. I think this is the funniest shit
this was very
of
funny.
any Marvel movie.
This was a genuine surprise, too. I had no idea this was going to happen.
I laughed my fucking balls off so bad in the movie theater and like nobody else was.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, who is that? Like,
that was what I was at. And then
I was like, oh my God, like I've seen this movie so many times, but still, see, that's what gives me goosebumps. That just kills me.
Well, and you know, it's so funny too, and I think we talked about it at the time, the irony of how much I loved him in this compared to what a bummer he was in Iron Man 3. Not that he wasn't good in Iron Man 3, he was quite good. No,
but it just disappointed everybody because he wasn't the real Mandarin.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, oh man, it's like we were so, because it was like, I liked his Mandarin as much as he wasn't like Chinese and stuff, but he's like, I am a teacher, and I liked that. So people who didn't see the middleman portion of this between Iron Man 3 and this, there was one of those Marvel one-shots where it's him in prison and he's like kind of telling everybody the story of what happened and all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden they're like, you have a visitor, you got a phone call or whatever it is. And they're like, who is it? And they're like, it's the Mandarin. And you're like, oh shit, the real dude is out there. And then presumptive from then to now, he's been here as a prisoner of sorts.
He's like, then my dad broke you out. Exactly. To kill you. Exactly. This is amazing.
I launched it in my apartment. He has such
I've been doing weekly gigs for the lads ever since.
So you're that's good. The Nuncle thing, that's actually from King Lear.
I thought it was from one of them.
Yeah, no, but it's from King Lear because he mentions in the thing that he did a good King Lear. This character is the most adorable goddamn thing. Morris. His name is Morris. Yeah, that's amazing. You're real. So there's an interesting thing. I loved that. My kids exploded when that happened too. They loved it so much. Where's this
guy? But this guy needs his own squishmallow.
He does have stuffies out there. But what was interesting, I'm trying to see. So here's what I read about him. So they pitched the idea of him without like they said like, oh, he's not gonna have a face, he's gonna have 6 legs and like butterfly wings and all that. They pitched him to Kevin Feige. They were thinking, oh, Kevin Feige's gonna shoot us down. Feige's like, hey, that's cool, let's try it out. And then they were I guess they designed it and they're like the director and the writer were like, this is never gonna make it. So they actually had a bet going. The writer said, if this character makes the final cut and is in the movie, like, if somebody doesn't say, no, you can't have that in this friggin' movie, then he said he would get a tattoo of it on him, and then it ended up in the movie. He's like, I haven't gotten the tattoo yet, but I'm going to. He's like, COVID has stopped me from getting a tattoo at this point.
Oh my God, more people are going to get a tattoo of this guy. They didn't even put him in the movie.
I actually had meant to get it for my kids for Christmas because they loved it. And they were... yeah, there was a little bit of a hot product, so I couldn't.
Was it?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, right? I'm not shopping for these kids or anything now. I don't know, right?
The butterfly wings are also looking a little bit like chicken wings, too, which is
oh my God, I love that whole thing with him. It's so great.
It's so good. And then he's just along for the ride. I thought you'd see him and then you'd be
That's what I thought it was going to be, too.
Oh, shit.
That's also what I thought. I thought they were just going to leave here and that was going to be it for him, but he's like, no, Morris wants you to take him home.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm just going back to the thing. So after its opening weekend, it was #1 the next 3 weeks. When Malignant came out the one week, Cry Macho came out the other week, and Dear Evan Hansen came out. So not gigantic against it.
Right.
It dropped down to #3 in week, I guess, 5 when Venom and Addams Family 2 came out. Came down to #4 when No Time to Die came out. Went down to #6 when Halloween Kills and The Last Duel came out. Down to #8 when Dune and Ron's Gone Wrong came out. And then, so it made $432 million worldwide. That made it the second it was the number 2 domestic film of the year in box office behind Spider-Man.
Right.
And
it's
it
not
was
surprising.
No, and it was the number 9 movie worldwide.
Ah.
So again, and then other Chinese movies. They're like, well, I mean, just like straight up Chinese movies. 3 of them, or 4 of them actually, were in the top 10.
I love when they never have guns.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
That was rough.
Another action scene.
Yeah. This one looks a little more CG-ish.
Yeah, totally, it's fine. I don't
No,
even care.
I'm
Dude, I don't even care anymore.
I'm fine with it, but I'm just in the I'm just
Right.
thinking relative to everything
Some of the
else.
scenes, they're probably like, okay, this one we can do a little cheaper. This is
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Well, and sometimes it's just more difficult because of the lighting situations or like whatever. It's just like, okay, we have to have all these kind of lighting things going on, and we're in this like cave kind of place. And, I get it. Ooh, that was good.
Anybody's hand. Thank God.
Oof. That opens and closes very quickly.
I love how it's just that easy.
Yeah.
Steal a car, grab a guy, I need easy. Easy.
Having the guy's spare hand to.
You think that they would have really? Maybe they were not. They weren't. They're going to definitely bump it up after this. They probably weren't expecting something like that.
Yeah.
This is when people are, holes are exposed.
Yeah.
In the, armorins.
Yes.
That's a word.
I know. Yeah. The worst thing is the term that really kind of like knocks that down is also just a very negative thing to say about a Chinese person. So
what is?
What? Instead of a hole in the armor.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that what I said?
No, you said a hole in the armor. You didn't say the bad one. You didn't say the bad one.
I was like, oh no.
No. You didn't say the bad one at all. I'm just saying that that
was not bad if you're actually saying a chink in the armor.
No, I know,
That's
but still,
right.
You're saying the right thing, but it's a happy to avoid word.
I like that. I shouldn't have. Damn it! I really missed something there.
No, you did nothing wrong.
Oh.
Anyway, so
you
can
a
write
reputation to uphold here.
Write to Todd at miscastcommentary.com if you have issues with his.
Fuck! The boys at the lodge are gonna be pissed. They're like, you had an opportunity to be super racist and you didn't do it. And I'm like, oh, sorry, boys.
Us boys are not proud of you.
They're called the Us Boys.
Yeah.
Very rowdy group.
Wee.
Oh my God, I love this right here too.
Yeah.
And he's like, right here.
Yeah. I think that he has a chance. I think he shines so much in this that Simu Liu has a genuine chance to like overtake a lot of people in terms of his importance and his favorite in the overall overarching MCU.
I think he's the new Captain America.
I think that's actually. I think that they think that too.
Captain
actually,
Marvel is the new Iron Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say Captain Marvel covers a lot of things because especially with.
Actually, she could be the new Thor.
I think that actually I think that more than anything, I think that Doctor Strange is in this universe is supposed to be the new Iron Man.
Right.
Is because like it's multiverse stuff.
What about
like,
the new Iron Man? He's not the new Iron Man.
Well, actually,
No, Falcon.
Oh no, Falcon is not Iron Man. Falcon is Captain America.
Oh fuck, that's right. Sorry,
you idiot.
The name's all mixed up.
You idiot.
Yo, I love the scene before they come in and he's like, they're like, when can we go through? He's like, I don't know. I'm in the middle of communicating with a being that is far older and far greater than now. He's like, right now, go. No, he's like, go. This is cool.
I love that. Yeah, this is interesting, and I like this. It's like this magic and the like. I don't know. It's so much to explain, but
he doesn't seem like he's even worried. He's been stuck in that dungeon.
Yeah,
he doesn't give a fuck, man. He's like,
what's the worst? I'm going to be eaten by trees.
Yeah.
It would have been funny to sneak in like one ent amongst all this band.
I don't know. That's what he says. The trees eat you. That's all he said. I don't know. I wonder how long it took before he understood Morris.
I think I think that he understood him immediately, which is why he like the whole idea that he thought he was imagining the whole thing.
No, I guess because look at the goddamn thing.
Yeah, right. And he's just like, are you talking to me? Because he's probably like when he was there, he was probably still detoxing. So like,
oh yeah, it's probably taking forever.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's a scene that it's rare for me to say, but there's a scene from Entourage that's very funny where they go to Joshua Tree and they take mushrooms.
Oh
yeah!
Remember how I said this should be a ride at Disney in their Marvel thing?
Absolutely.
You start out in the car.
Yeah.
You drive through the forest.
Yeah.
You get, it's like super, holy shit, because the car is sliding on the track thing. So everything's a screen. Yeah. And then once you get to the end, then you go in. So the beginning part is super exciting. And the next part is just the wow.
There's a way that doesn't even need to be a screen. Like you could have bamboo, like if you do it thick enough, like it wouldn't have to be a huge area. Right. And that you could have the bamboo actually moving in and out and stuff like that. It's all programmable, right?
Oh, totally.
So
I'm saying, I'm sure they could come up with that. I think that'd be a great ride for the Marvel park.
I agree. Look
at this.
But anyways, so I was talking about that Entourage thing where they were they just
so you go through a portal.
Yes. Yep. That's what you do. Isn't that natural to you?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're at Joshua Tree, they're all doing mushrooms, and then the guy finds his dog after the dog being missing for a while. And then he's like, "Where were you, boy?" And then the dog barks and he goes, he's like, "Because I never thought I'd see you again." And they all look at each other like they're talking to each other. This place
I thought they were going to open the door and he was going to run, but he wants to really check them. He'll find his buds.
Yeah. I actually thought, because they said Talo, and I was forgetting the thing. That just straight up is a Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah.
That's
cool. Like a Pokemon hanging out there.
The little one's adorable. Actually, pretty much everything in this is a Pokemon, even Ben Kingsley a little bit. And they're all like, "Hey, Chuck!" I know his name's Morris, but maybe he just named him. Maybe Ben Kingsley just named him Morris.
I think that he has, yes.
Yeah. He's like, it's the one thing he doesn't understand.
This reminds me of almost like going to Hyrule.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or something like these horse things and like...
Yeah. And then like the dark side of me is just how many XP does I get when I chop that thing up.
That is so fucking dumb because like I'm like in games.
Yeah.
I won't kill the innocent shit. I felt so bad every now and then when I had to kill like a bird or like something in Zelda. I'd be like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
Even though you're not real.
There was a somebody did a TikTok video and they were doing they were Link and they're doing the smashing all the pots and stuff and like getting rupees out of them. And then there's a person there like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "I'm just looking for rubies and items and stuff." They're like, "Why? Like, I don't want you robbing me, but why don't you just look in them?" and then they stare at each other for a really long time, like back and forth, and smash another one.
I like these lion dudes.
Yes, lion, dragon. Everything's part dragon and then part something else.
Those dragons are frisky beasts.
Yeah. Dragon's gonna fuck.
Like, who told them they were coming? They got like adorable dee-doo. Or also, he just came through the portal.
I feel like somebody's feeling something about that portal.
This is just an old curmudgeon. Yeah. He knows who it is, too. He's like, "Get out of here. I know who you're. I don't give a fuck."
This is, again, one of those places that the least of them could probably, like, whoop the ass of almost everybody we've encountered.
Oh, yes. Look at that.
And I like what they did here because again they've created a little bit of a little bit of culture and a little bit of technology. They're using like the dragon scales as technology and stuff.
Super cool.
I thought that was awesome. So Michelle Yeoh, we were talking about her, and we've been talking before about people who've been doing double duty in Marvel. So she was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 of course, as one of the Ravager people. And then obviously she's in this. Now let me find the other ones. So she was one of the people to do it. Another one was Gemma Chan, who was in the Eternals as one of the main characters, and then she's in Captain Marvel as one of the Kree. And then Laura Haddock was who's the mom, Peter's mom in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. She actually had a really small role in Captain America: The First Avenger.
Right.
So, like, there's a lot of people who have, there's a lot of people who have been a part of Marvel kind of more than once. And, like, to have somebody as big as Michelle Yeoh play two different parts, though, is crazy.
Yes.
It's like, you get the other ones.
I love that woman.
Oh, she's fantastic. Like, she's just one of those, like, women who just, like, I just, want to, like, drop to a knee and just, like, like, avert my eyes. She's a legend.
Yes, she is. She's gorgeous, too, eh?
Yeah. I feel the same way about Ming-Na Wen, though. Like, it's just, there's something about her. Yeah. She's been
also gorgeous.
And she's been such a prominent part of like mega pop culture for so long. Like she was Mulan, like she started as Mulan, and then she just still happened to be around because she was in ER and all that shit. And then she's like only gotten more and more popular by being in like, you know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
To the Star Wars?
She's in Boba Fett and
Yes, there you go.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, yes.
And she's fantastic in Boba Fett. If you haven't seen it, now only since this episode recording right now, only one episode's been out so far, but she was fantastic in it.
I dig this too as a backstory too, as this like thing that they carved instead of actually going back and showing it, you know?
I was actually kind of expecting some mention of like, you know, these mystic cities and finding out that there were multiples of them, and then finding out that Kunlun was one of them. That's the one that Iron Fist does. So then at the very least they could open that back up and just be like, okay, Iron Fist might come back, might not, but at least
we've if said they already name. Had what's his name and Buddy come back, they're in the Defenders. So but you never know. They could recast the Defenders too, because like people weren't really all that. I want more seasons of Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones was like
fuck man,
so goddamn
awesome,
good. So goddamn good. I was talking to somebody about that today actually, because they were talking about David Tennant as Doctor Who, and they're like, a lot of people like, I was like, I thought he was a fine Doctor Who, but he's like, I don't know why so many people are like so crazy about him. Like, it's not about what he did then, it's about what he's done since then. Because most people who play Doctor Who, they go on and they do other things, but it's not like David Tennant. David Tennant went on and did Harry Potter, and then did Jessica Jones, and then he did that show with Michael Sheen. Like, he's done a bunch of like shit that's gotten a lot of attention worldwide, whereas like Christopher Eccleston was in fucking G.I. Joe.
Right.
You know, it's like there's a difference.
So I remember we were talking about this. What's tougher, Dragon Scale or Vibranium?
Oh man, in this world, I would probably say Dragon Scale because it has an additional quality to it. Like Vibranium, Adamantium as well. They're an element. Right. Whereas this goes beyond that,
like
because it has
comes off of a mystical being.
Yeah, it has a magical quality as well as being tough.
Like, crazy bitch. Told you to stay back and make fucking biscuits, not carry arrows around.
Yeah. Like, I would argue that if you could like find a way to put like, you know, Black Panther's like energy shields. Yeah. If you could put that energy shield over top of Vibranium or something, then we're probably talking even match.
Right.
But that's not what they're doing, so we ignore that.
Oh, she's gonna have to rumble.
Yeah.
Girl, you better learn quick.
I like.
Look, I just want to go for a hug one. How's nobody snuggling with that big fucking thing?
I know. Oh,
they're probably pretty grouchy.
He's probably got itchy grassness all over him because he just had all the grass.
Because he just had the itchy grassness all over him.
Oh, I don't like the itchy grassness. If I'm being really honest.
Oh, I could go for a shield like that, bud. Look at that.
Now
that's going to be what we're going to see in the old LARPers now, bud.
Oh, that would be amazing. Could
King Arthur's sword cannot go through a dragon scale? Fucking idiot.
Yeah. Oh, there's something I wanted to show you. I'm going to show the crowd too, because this will be the first time I've actually shown anybody.
Oh, this will be in the Shang Chi video game.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably have to start your aiming.
But
these are all sets and everything, yeah? Or did they film anything anywhere real, or? Any of these temples or anything real places?
They shot in Macau. They shot in like cities and stuff like that. Probably none of them.
Not like, real temples or anything.
No. I don't think that temples would have them, to be frank. I know this movie was actually banned from premiering in China.
Oh, good call, actually. Yep, good call. Good call.
So yeah, there's a lot of that going on. I'm trying to find. I'm sorry.
Of course, it was banned. It wasn't made there by them.
There we go. But I changed my logo for streaming and stuff like that, so that's my new logo for streaming. So I'll show you guys too. This will be the first time anybody's ever seen it, and it's too fucking here. I'll do the black version. See it. It's the one I'm doing is gold, but that's the shape of it.
Oh, you should do black. I like that.
So Miscast Joe, the M, the J, and it comes also from the name that they gave me on Dueling Decades, which is the Media King of the North.
Media King, I like that.
Right, so that's why I took the kingly thing, and that's what I'm changing my stream into over the next month or so.
Cool, man. You should get a tattoo that on your butt.
Too late. That was born with that.
Oh, that was how I knew. Your birthmark.
That was how I knew.
It's your birthright. I just got.
That's a really good drawing of her. It's like, wow, you guys are really good at fighting, but who drew this? Because like that's the real talent. Why aren't you guys all just leaning into this? You could have like
Their
tourists.
job is to rumble when people come to open the gate. Okay, every now and then they have a swap meet. She might, give you the picture for.
You know what the awful thing is though? They probably train all year for like that gate and stuff to open and all that, and then every now and again, so they're all waiting at the gate, and then all day goes by, and they're like, "Oh, nobody's coming. Let's go."
That's a good day.
And they turn around, but it's only the one day of the year. They've been waiting the whole year for something to happen. But then I like the idea. Bam.
How fucking cool this is.
But I then like the idea.
Oh, I like that. She looks good in her little gear there.
I've lost track of what I was saying because you interrupted me like 4 fucking times. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Look how good she looks in her gear, Aquafina.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of smitten on old Aquafina now.
I think you're just into Asian chicks because you've knocked out everyone that's shown up. You go, whoa, beautiful.
That guy's beautiful.
Yeah, he is. Simu Liu looks great. You know what I like about him too, and this is actually the same thing I liked about Christopher Evans, particularly, or Christopher, Jesus fucking Christ, Chris Evans, in the especially the first Avengers, is the fact that he has he has this youthful innocence to him that makes you think, oh, he can't be a great warrior, and then when he is a great warrior, you're like, wow, You were talking about the one day of the year that somebody may come through and then nobody comes through. Yeah. So then basically, and then one year some random dude comes through. So they're all amped because they've been training all year. And just some guy wanders through. He was just going through for a walk in the woods. He's got like a picnic basket and all that. And he's like, what the hell is this? And then they just proceed to beat the shit out of him.
What do they do when you accidentally make it through?
I feel like I don't know.
Like you're wearing these Hammerman parachute pants and the wind of the trees closing just perfectly pushed you like a leaf. Whoa, like to the...
What this movie is missing is a flashback when Sinbad comes through in like classic, like purple windbreaker and blue like hammer pants, and he's got like
Sinbad.
He's got like that box haircut, and he's got those like shades, and he's just like, and the only thing he says is "women's big butts."
Women's big butts.
Oh, could you imagine
dancing, bud?
Now, I like to think about this all the time just because, it's our own fantasy to have been in movies and stuff like that. But imagine you're young Simu Liu who, is fully aware of all, Chinese culture and Chinese film and stuff like that. Being in a movie and having a scene like this with, potentially one of the most popular female Hong Kong movie stars of all time. And just doing that kind of, dance-ish, Hong Kong... deal, right?
I call it the Crouching Tiger.
Yeah, we'll call it the Crouching Tiger. That seems fair. Yikers.
Done, bud. You got beaten by leaves.
This is why these guys could never beat Italians, because they make sure the leaves are off their goddamn lawn.
Somebody hose these fucking leaves off.
It's my
fuck? What if I get into a kung fu fight in the lawn? Fuck sakes.
I remember when I worked at Fort Erie, there were two guys who were Italian there, and they were young Italian guys, and all they talked about was hosing off their goddamn driveways. And I was just like, what?
Hosing off the driveway?
I was like, what?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
If
I don't hook up, I'm going to hose off my driveway. And I'm like, is that a euphemism? They're like, no.
Nope.
I don't know why they all have Brooklyn accents in Fort Erie, Canada, but...
Yep. That's it.
You know how
That's
it is.
That's how they do it here, bud.
Right.
Oh, you've got a lot to think about here, buddy. Maybe a flashback.
Yeah.
Oh, nope.
And then it's the callback. She's telling, are you in a flashback?
Yeah. And then kicks him in his face.
We got something to do.
Just like his sister did.
Do you think that they're annoying sometimes? Like he's trying to pee and it's like clanking
around. Nah, it's like a chick with bobbles.
Yeah.
You get used to it. It's like Cher.
Yeah. He's basically Cyndi Lauper.
Yes. She's just on the couch. See, just these little couple scenes, you're like, oh yeah, he's gone mad. Like he's lost it.
You know what it reminds me a bit of too? It reminds me of Lord of the Rings and how the ring seduces you and stuff. It's a power that is accessible.
That's a very good point. Yes.
And that's the thing. It's like, he's like, I want access to that power, which will give me what I want. And what I want is my wife back. And again, similar even to Jedi stuff.
Yes.
It's like, Anakin, I need the power to save Padme, and then it's like, oh, the dark side is more powerful. It has that power. You can do it. And then he, inevitably makes the turn because that's how it happened. But
Crazy Fist just caught him in a flashback.
yeah. Hey.
You in a flashback? He's like poking him with a sword arm. Hey, huh?
Yeah. Zap. Would have been better if he was like stumping him.
He's got like Metroid armor, like Mega Man, and he doesn't have the gun or the sword in there. I wonder if he has other attachments like Dr. Claw.
That would be amazing. Wouldn't it be fantastic if a giant fork came out like at dinner time?
Yeah. And he's got one like jerking hand.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually just like a vag that.
Yeah. Actually, I laughed so hard. We were watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, and there's this great moment because somebody said something about, he was using his regular human arm to like turn something. And he's like, and finally turns it. And then they're like, why didn't you use your other arm? He's like, oh, I never think about it. He's like, because I'm right-handed.
I get it makes sense, right?
Yeah. He's like, this isn't my arm. He's like, yeah. Well, and even so, he was like, it was still a lot of hard work for him to do, despite the fact he's a super soldier. So
I don't understand how this lady could defeat Buddy with all 10 rings, but can't beat the Iron Gang.
Well, because it's a gang.
Oh, but she gave up her mystical shit because she moved it. That's right.
There you go.
So she's probably very good still.
Never give up.
She's not going to be taking a bullet or doing anything like that.
She could fight, but the leaves are not listening to her here.
Not anymore.
Or again, they're all hosed up. Maybe that's the whole thing. You find out this guy has he has a gardening team coming through all the time. That's just to keep all the loose leaves and grass.
Scared of her fucking losing it one night.
Yeah. And she's like trying to call it.
It goes crazy one night. Fuck, these leaves are on me.
She's trying to call them, and there's like a garbage can that's like slightly, it's just like shifting over like bit by bit. Like it's like we're coming. Nice.
It's not cold, eh?
It's so goddamn beautiful. Like just like, and it's the thing to just
might not even be real what she's doing right now, but it still looks killer, right?
Well, it's always a mix of things to make it look like normal. Because there's a little bit of kung fu, like that's like a crane style or something like that. But then also a little bit of Tai Chi, and like it's and Michelle Yeoh, like I didn't even talk about her movies because she's in so goddamn many. But she was in Tai Chi Master was one of the ones, and that was directed by Wu Ping Yun, who we were talking about before. But she was also in Super Cop, Tomorrow Never Dies, like we said, Crouching Tiger, Memoirs of a Geisha, Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, Kung Fu Panda 2, Marco Polo, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Crazy Rich Asians. So 2 people. Actually, not as many crazy Asians in this movie.
Is Simu Liu in?
He's not
in Crazy Rich Asians.
No, he's only Awkwafina and Michelle Yeoh.
Okay.
I mean,
I knew there was more than one. Mm-hmm. I like how the Iron Gang comes in just like 6 or 7 dudes.
Yeah, and
then a whole army comes in. He's like, we do that for effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just to see the look on your face when another 50 guys rolls in.
I get it.
Should have been there to save your fucking family. That was your own debt, bud.
Yeah, you got some rings, buddy. Well, and that's the whole thing too, and that's what drives them back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this scene. This scene's pretty brutal, actually.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
I know, right?
Fuck.
You've been punching that post for how long, and you can't fucking do this? This is kind of like that stereotypical parents, Asian parents expecting too much of their kids.
Yep.
There's a really funny thing that it's on TikTok that somebody made, and it was somebody playing a video game and setting it like they have all the difficulties. It's like easy, medium, hard, and then it said Asian. And then you put on Asian, and the guy starts to walk, and then a leaf hits him, and he dies, and it's like killed by leaf.
Nice.
And then and the guy keeps freaking out. He's like, "What? Like what? A leaf killed me?" And like all this stuff.
I love this scene. I am obsessed.
Yeah.
With Mario Kart Online. I cannot believe that Nintendo didn't do it right when it came out.
Yeah.
Dude, playing with you play with a computer, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
You play with people, even when you get your ass kicked, it's super good. But my number one goal, from which place in the entire world
so good
does it make me feel the best if I beat them?
Oh.
We essentially just said it.
No, I
like from what part? I'm playing for people all over the world.
Oh yeah.
When I beat this, what is the number one place?
Japan.
That is exactly correct.
Yeah. This is China.
I literally tell people, I'm like, I'm so good I even beat Japanese people. Okay, at Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yes. And that is their native language.
I got my fucking ass kicked today.
Yeah.
Jeez, it was embarrassing.
Well, I want to start actually expanding what we do here and like occasionally game together and stuff like that.
That'll be fucking good. That's how you make the money.
Yeah.
So the kids are always just watching people play games.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
It's interesting.
Play the game.
It can be interesting. Nah, because
Can it unless you're cheating?
no. If you actually like sat and watched the right people, then you actually see, because they do challenges and they like do things to make things more difficult.
I think the speed running is kind of cool.
The speed running is cool. Then there's guys like Dream for Minecraft who like they do all these kind of like crazy things. And then there's a guy like Technoblade for Minecraft.
Technoblade.
Yeah, from Minecraft, and he does like all these battle things and stuff like that. There's a game called Bed Wars that a bunch of different games have like stolen the idea since then from it. And basically the idea is you and your team are defending a bed, and every time you get killed you respawn unless somebody comes over and destroys your bed. Then you can't respawn anymore, so you have to like go and destroy everybody's bed and kill everybody else. He won 1,400 of those matches in a row or something like that. So like people want to see him and see the crazy shit yeah. And then like Mr. Beast had him on and then had him take on like 1,000 people. And like just say how long he could go before he actually died, and then like they gave like $5,000 to the winner or something.
Oh man, have you tried the Oculus VR?
I've tried it before, but I was actually talking about that with
man,
Carrie.
that thing was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's neat.
I was like this. I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe how like right. I just remember putting it on.
Yeah,
and it was like I was in this like. There's like a bunch of old computers, old tons of them, right? I take a floppy disk, put it in, and then the game starts, and I was like, holy shit, man, it was wicked.
Well, and this is what's really funny to me. I don't think we talked about this before. I've been talking because I've been listening to Ready Player One on audio book again, and it's so funny. Like the movie or the book came out just over 10 years ago, and how many things that are happening like now.
It's gonna be it's funny because when I was there with the people who had the VR, I kept mentioning Ready Player One. I was like, this is where it is really going.
Well, because I like the metaverse is kind of the Oasis.
Right.
It's like not as fleshed out and stuff like that now, but like where it doesn't look like realistic, but it's like that's its thing. And then with all the other games and stuff like that, but then they were talking about like online learning and how like, you know, you would learn within your computer, and then it could easily go into your visor and just be like, oh, you're in the classroom with everybody. People doing their jobs. I work remotely. Yeah.
I was saying too, there should be really cool ones where you just put the thing on and go for a ride somewhere.
Oh, you can do all sorts of things.
There's like go on a jungle safari, go on whatever, go to outer space.
Those all exist.
Yeah.
But the like I did. There's some really interesting things you could do. They had like VR like concerts you could go to. I watched a VR thing just from my phone actually that was just hooked up into like the Samsung Galaxy VR, and it was Paul Scheer and Rob. I'm forgetting his name. It doesn't matter.
Kalani?
No, it doesn't matter. But they were doing a thing where they were like a good cop, bad cop, and you were the criminal in the chair.
Right.
And so you're sitting there and they're like up in your face and they're like, blah, blah, blah. And then there's one point where you're doing that, but you realize you lost track of the other dude. And I looked over to my left and he's right in my face going, fuck you. And it's like but it's so crazy, right? And like, but yeah, like stand-up comedians have done shows through VR.
That's hilarious.
Like, there's all kinds of shit. Like, and even like Fortnite, like Ariana Grande did an actual concert.
Yes, in Fortnite. Yeah.
Like,
wait, just to let you know, he just said right now to Aquafina that he is going to do what his father always trained him to do, which is burn the village down and free his mother.
Yeah.
It's twist.
Yeah.
Total twist ending.
I'm going to do what my father always told me to do, and he started like Frenching her.
What if you go over the mountain?
Yeah, there's just literally they find there's just a little porthole that you can just go down. He's like, come on out.
Yeah, like I mean, like I'm sure it's a portal kind of idea too, because like I'm sure
that is
as
gorgeous
geographical
costume
thing, you could probably fly over it and not be like, here's all these demon suckers.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I agree. That costume that they gave for Shang Chi is gorgeous. Like it is such a good looking costume. I like it. No, I like it a lot. I think because it's like
fuck, here they come.
It's like a fit and function kind of thing. It's properly like cultural for him, but at the same time, like it's like a warrior's outfit.
They should pull in, and when it gets out, it's the dudes from Jurassic Park 2. And they're like, "This is where the fuck are the dinosaurs?" They're like, "No, you took a wrong turn in the forest, bud. This is dragon. I got paid for dinosaur DNA, not dragon DNA."
Then you got Aquafina's leaning on her boat. She's like, "Get out of here, Pete Postlethwaite." I actually just watched that. It was just on the other day.
What, on TV?
Yeah.
Get out of here,
and
Pete
I just
Postlethwaite.
Well, that was close.
Here
See,
we
even
go.
like I like the costume design in this a lot, actually, because it's a little bit modern, but a little bit like old school, and
it's not like nanotechnology, which fucking like god, that kills me. Out of everything in all these movies, it's the nano fucking technology that gets me.
It's funny too because of all the things, the one thing that's real is the one thing you don't like.
I don't believe in reality. Trump is president still, and he is made of nanobots.
Yes.
I know that it's real, but it's not like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
One little speck goes, and I have a whole suit that I can speak. I'm like, this is fuck. Come on, like I'm still there.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like, out of everything, I was like, that's my number one. Like,
see, I'm fully on board with it because to me, it makes of all the things that are so crazy and out there, it's the one thing that is in VR is like it's out there, but it's so much more reasonable.
It is within the realm of possibility.
Yes, there is a theoretical world where that could work.
I don't know how the fuck that would even be. Yeah. Some little thing then turns into a whole metal suit. Oh, here we go.
Because it's not some one little thing; it's billions and billions of little things. It's like cells, right?
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
You shot that guy. He just started with them. They're fine with it.
Yeah. This is a good one. You know what I'm trying to do now, though, because we've seen the movie before? I'm trying to look everywhere, like not just where the camera wants me to look. Like I can see you see Shang-Chi in the background. You see, which it's hard to do that because then you are missing really cool shit. Because obviously the thing they're trying to show you is what they want coolest.
Yes, exactly.
But
you want to look in the background and see just two guys like.
Oh, Braveheart, my favorite time ever of that happening.
These guys are not even.
It was the end of one of those giant battles where basically everybody's killed and maimed, and at the end of the thing, there's two guys who are literally just going cling, cling, cling. I was like, they could not give less of a shit that they are prominently on camera.
Well, no, this would be like if the two of us ran into each other on the battlefield, we'd be like, you know what? No, we'll just be in a battle the whole time. Yeah. Nobody will then kill either of us, and we'll both just go fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or we would just probably cling our way right into the woods. Say cling. Well, those guys are really going for it over there. What an epic battle. And then we just fucking run for it.
Yeah.
Oh, we caught his old man in there. At the incense.
Then the battle's over. The guy comes around from the winning side. He's like, oh, yeah, man, I kicked that guy's ass. And then he comes around from the other side. He's like, I lost him. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, he does have a pretty cool looking suit.
It's nice. The pants are just normal, but that's fine. I like
it's all about the top, really.
Tony Leung's
kicking room. He needs a lot of.
Yeah. Yeah, of course I do.
I'm the only one here, bud.
I'm Shang-Chi. And I like that they just gave him the name of Sean. I was like, I love when they keep it really simple.
The thing where she's like, you went from Sean to Shang.
Yeah.
She's like, that's what you did.
Yeah. I like when they have enough, when they're willing to make fun of themselves a little bit. Although I don't know if they used Sean in the comic and they were making fun of that or not. But oh, look at him dodge!
The scales you pretty well against the rings, man.
Oh hell yeah! I absolutely love the rings, and this is again where you put in kind of that Iron Man thing. Oh, it's your fault.
So because this guy lives, man, imagine that being that now, knowing like when you, that's okay that you weren't there, but everybody was supposed to run out one after another and get killed for your debt.
But this is, this is what like the madness brings.
Of course, yes.
So
you wouldn't even die for the mother.
That angle, that actually looked really weird, that angle, because it looked like he was a lot closer to the water when he was flying out, but then he landed on grass and you couldn't see water, but that's okay.
I thought he was going to...
Yeah. It would have been funnier if he just caught all the rings on the stick. It just... Shing, 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 shing. Yeah. Oh, so good.
Boom.
So it's like bamboo and dragons. So I mean, that's like the ultimate thing. That's what, like, my underwear's made of bamboo. If it was made out of bamboo and dragon scales, maybe I wouldn't shit myself so much.
Yeah, you still shit yourself. It just wouldn't destroy your underwear.
Yeah. Or
your life.
It would push it all back up into me.
Yeah, that's right.
Why did I buy these?
You either save it for another day or you barf it out.
By the way, this episode brought to you by Manscaped. Oh my God, they make my balls feel good.
What?
What? Oh.
Is it that underwear with the
Oh, sorry. I was thinking Sax, but I also have... I'm actually wearing Manscaped underwear because I got like the whole Manscaped thing for Christmas. Boom.
Dude, that wouldn't kill the guy? Holy Christ.
Not when you're like an ultimate warrior.
He's like... Oh my God, if the Ultimate Warrior said this fight would have been over before it even began.
What if that just
Power of the
happened?
Ultimate Warrior.
Could you imagine if like somebody just really wanted to fuck you in a movie and a movie like this happened and all of a sudden you just hear the Ultimate Warrior's music start and he just runs in from the forest. he grabs one of the dragon's tails and he's shaking it.
I love, like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's like this guy. I'm like, who? She's not even around.
Yeah.
Like, you must know something is going on. How is
that's not
only
how,
you? You're the only one hearing her.
But that's not how madness works. He's also alone every time he's the only one hearing her, so he doesn't have anybody else going, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh, fuck.
But,
I like that.
Yeah. For me, I would have just seen this door and I'm like, oh, they really don't want me to come in, so I guess I won't. It's like, I was like, this isn't even them asking nicely. This is them telling me overwhelmingly to fuck off.
It's like they were just waiting there forever for somebody to crack the window there.
Squid bat. That one was a super impatient one. He's like, I'm waiting here until the second I've got an opening. The other ones have they're used to it now. They're like, I guess we live here now. So they've like taken up housing and stuff
maybe
like
got
that.
married of a family, like a demon soul sucker family.
I picture one like he's laying back with his wife and all of a sudden you hear somebody go, the door's open. He's like, oh shit, honey, I gotta go. Yes, and then run out the door.
Keep my dinner in the microwave.
Yeah.
Oh, this is all. I like this. They all team up. He's like, fuck this, fuck you guys.
I do love a enemy of my enemy is my friend thing.
Look how cool that is.
That didn't do shit.
Very Venom-esque or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't eat
that's true,
my
because you said something about like the symbiotes could be on the other side because that is very symbiote-like.
Yeah.
Jesus, buddy.
Yeah.
There you go. He's like, oh, and he scores hard.
Yeah.
Good call, buddy. Good call.
He's giving me real Zangief vibes.
Yes, I agree. Good call, actually.
Yeah.
I'm always bringing a soul back.
I'm always thinking about Zangief.
He was the guy with the mask. Nobody knew who he was.
No, I know. Well, I did. He was a YouTuber.
It is rumored that at some events he was not himself, and somebody was wearing the mask while he was at home watching Dancing with the Stars.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, every now and again he's like, wow, you were really shitty in that fight. He's like, I don't know what you were talking about.
Like that whole thing about, was it The Undertaker?
Oh, God.
Might be going the other way.
By the way, I had looked up a picture because I made a short of us talking about the Mega Powers and the Mega Maniacs. So I was looking up pictures of them to like put in the short. And I found a picture of Brutus the Barber Beefcake when he had that mask on.
I just watched that event too.
Goddamn, yeah. Well, because we were talking about it, because we were talking about that, and then that's why I looked it up.
Pretty sweet, actually.
And I was like, I just saw the mask, and it just made me laugh so hard because
titanium.
It's always titanium because that's what they think is the strongest.
Look at that! Hooked him up with a dragon scale arm.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
If he goes back to being bad after this, like, oh shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Here we go.
It's the little things too, like just the little growls from that like lion thing in the background, right? Like they didn't have to do that, but it adds some depth.
Oh fuck!
Like why did they stand him out here?
Well, he's probably just out here taking a look, see what's going on, right?
But you would think that he would be.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, you'd think he'd be promptly ushered away because he's like in the front lines. He's not like up in the back going, "Hey, what's going on?"
Don't worry. He's been doing Macbeth as Shakespeare forever. He's going to rock balls. That would have been killer. He'd actually also been training that whole time that he was down there. He starts just kicking ass.
I thought you were going to say that would be awesome if he just started doing Macbeth and they all stopped.
Yeah.
Just like, whoa.
Well, kind of like with Aquafina there when she would start singing Hotel California, the most overplayed Eagles song fucking ever.
Do you know why they use that in this, though? Because Destin Daniel Cretton really wanted to use that in a movie, and none of his movies had enough of a budget to afford to use it. So he begged them to use it to license it
Hotel
for this.
California in here.
He's like every single one of his movies he wants to use Hotel California, and they've never been able to do it.
So funny, like why?
It's just
I know it's just these neat little things. Like I really wanted to always put Hotel California in one of my movies, and now I finally was able to.
It could be anything from he thinks it's funny to
oh fuck yeah,
he thinks it's like it or like it like hits home. Like it's like, you know, like the Eagles were like one of my dad's favorite bands, and that could be like for me that would be a thing. I always
think about your father when I listen to the Eagles. Actually,
yeah. God,
I knew that he was a big. Over the years, I'm quite into the Eagles now too. As I'm getting older.
Joe Walsh for life.
Super fucking cool, gorgeous. Man.
It's gorgeous. I always love when people, because a dragon is one thing that people are allowed to have a billion different takes on, right? Because like it's not like a dinosaur where you might give them feathers or you might change the color of their like their skin or whatever. Like a dragon, you could just literally make it anything. It could look like this. It could look like the ones.
It reminds me of Breath of the Wild.
It does.
But I wonder now, because this one takes place in the air, or the air, it looks like everything's broken apart in Hyrule and it's floating.
Yes.
I wonder if you can land on a dragon's back.
Maybe.
Drive around.
And maybe the dragons are all hiding underneath one place.
Yeah, you could never ride them.
Yeah.
You would hit them.
Yeah.
But you could hit them and you know.
Is there a date on that yet?
Yeah, they're saying November this year.
Oh, man.
It's not official, though.
That would be genius for them, though, because that would put them in a position for that to be the biggest Christmas gift of the year.
Of course.
So
it doesn't even matter when the game comes out. They're at 100 million plus sold now.
Yeah.
All that system has to do, man. You know the key to the Switch was
what's that?
Taking their handheld device, Team, and morphing them, because now this thing is the handheld and the home console.
Yes.
Having the home console and the 3DS or the DS or whatever was splitting their resources up.
Yes.
Now they can now it's all Switch.
It's all this.
All they have to do now is to update it.
Yeah.
And they will just continue to print money.
And I think that that is a much bigger possibility now, because like you think of the Steam box.
Steam Deck.
Thank you.
Steam Deck.
Yeah. Well, this is I have the Stream Deck, and then I get confused.
That old Steam Deck. It's like piston run. It looks like something out of where they wear the goggles and the top hats. What do you call that?
Steampunk.
Steampunk.
Basically the whole idea of like the ability, like Nintendo's ability, but like even who knows, like maybe maybe PlayStation decides to go that route or something like that in the future. But if like Nintendo ups their graphics to those levels and puts it in that they never needed to, but I mean, people get really like, other than things that are Nintendo properties, because like they'll let Zelda look like whatever Zelda is, they'll let Mario look like whatever Mario is.
Yeah, but they still always look good.
They do always look good. But like if you built the exact same game on the PlayStation 5, it would destroy, like just from a look standpoint, it would destroy it.
Oh, of course. Yes.
But that's what I'm saying is you up those engines and then get what you want, but then you can also get the ports of the other games that will look and act the same way as it would on a PlayStation or something like that.
Oh, he's like, nice job.
Do they have to be on their backs to be dead?
No, he didn't have to be. He just, that was,
Yeah.
I would dead. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I would have just gotten to a nicer, like more comfy, like.
He probably is. You ever seen these bulldogs? They're always just sleeping on their back. Like,
I know. I don't even know how bulldog. Like, there's so many dogs where I don't even understand how they live, because like they're just the way they are is built. I love this.
He took them from him.
This feels very Legend of Zelda to me too. It's like, you are now the master of the rings.
35. We like you. Oh no, we got 5.
Yeah,
these 5 are like, we like you way better than that guy. That guy's a fucking asshole.
5 golden rings.
Look at him. Oh,
4
just like
calling dragons free. 3 whatever the fuck Morris is.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. 3 whatever Morris is.
2 Aquafinas. Oh, see, I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
Rings versus NC, like it always is. Black Panther versus Black Panther, Hulk versus Hulk, Super Soldier versus Super Soldier, Ring versus Ring.
Here, can I give you the worst, but yet prudent analogy? When you got the glow.
Oh, they're both glowing.
Yes, they both have the glow.
Oh.
That's so good. See, that's one of those moments, because we were talking about like avoiding the slow-mo before. That was a good use of it, just to create the kind of explosiveness.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I just like all the shit, like him running up the rings. Like, there's so much shit you can do with these things.
Yeah.
And how the dad there was like propelling himself up into the air and flying with them. Oh.
Has almost a Green Lantern kind of quality.
Yes. That's a good point, actually.
There's a lot of that. Like Ms. Marvel's supposed to be kind of, well, she's supposed to be stretchy, but it looks like they've not avoided that, but like they've gone kind of a different. Yeah, it looks like they've like altered it. Like she's doing that, but she's doing it differently. Like I don't know.
Where did you see this?
I saw like a quick shot of something. I don't even know.
Maybe
what
they
it
don't,
was.
because they're introducing Reed Richards almost soon too. They don't want to like.
That's possible.
It'd be super lame.
I don't know.
They should give her the fart power that Pee Wee Herman had in Mystery Men.
Oh,
Why doesn't when's the fart powers coming out?
I don't know. I thought he was just gonna Hadouken him though.
No, he's too good for that shit, bud.
That would have been great.
Hadouken!
He just actually says Hadouken. Yeah. Just so you know, that's never changed. Todd has said, "Oh, mutants," since Street Fighter 2 was a new game.
Exactly.
It was a new game.
No one's calling to you. You don't even have a cell phone or a pager, man.
Oh my God, who still has a page? I guess he's kind of timeless. So
exactly,
he's got two pagers, like the old like the drug dealers.
It's going back into pagers, super pagers.
This one's from my bitches. This one's
from my side piece.
Yeah.
This one's for my old lady.
I like that he has one for a lot of women, and then he's also got another one for the women, for the one he's cheating on those women.
Exactly. See, he's like, doesn't that sound like your mother? Does it sound like your mom? Remember, she'd stomp around the house and the whole fucking place would come down? Yeah, there she is.
Uh-oh.
Good old mom.
That's the big one.
Holy fuck.
Pikachu, I choose you.
See, this almost has the same kind of zazz as like, oh, you haven't seen the film. I was going to reference a movie that you have not seen.
Oh, which?
Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
I was trying to remember which one it was you gave me shit for not seeing.
Oh, shit. He just saved his son there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's his
almost looks like he's almost got a tremor mouth.
He's gay. He has a rainbow soul.
His mouth is made of the outside of tremors.
Yes. Yeah.
Not
the little knobbly things that
move
like
all
about.
The nubbies and the...
Yes. See, and that's the thing, too. Like, he's seeing this moment. He loved his son. It was the madness.
Of course.
I
wonder if, like, because I didn't notice if anybody... He's like, take the rings, put them on your legs.
Yeah.
What if you put them on your legs?
Oh, then you become Kick Puncher, the man whose kicks are or his punches are as most powerful as his kicks.
Punch.
That's from Community. That's their RoboCop ripoff is Kick Puncher. He's like the man whose punches are as powerful as kicks.
And vice versa.
Yes.
Kick Puncher. Oh, fuck, man.
He's also got, like, they have kind of a wraith look. Oh, I wanted to see, like, I was almost bummed at that moment. I'm like, I wanted to see him go a couple rounds before the other dragon came in.
Oh, fucking A.
I feel like that dragon could have fought this thing plenty fine without her being on the back. Like, that seemed unnecessary. What if you looked on her back?
Bearings, he kind of gave him a cheap shot, but I mean, he's so much smaller, right? Like, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
He's also pure evil.
Fuck.
So it's like you can do whatever you want. You can cheap shot pure evil if you want to. Like that's what pure evil is all about.
Yeah.
If you defeat pure evil with a cheap shot, pure evil will be like, nice.
Yeah.
Nice cheap shot.
Yeah, exactly. The game recognizes game player.
Exactly right. Fucking A,
nice.
man.
I want those rings for that purpose.
Could you imagine if this was like Infinity War and you got Shang Chi flying around on a dragon with his fucking rings?
It just made me think what
going after all those fucking Shatari flying giant things and all that. Fucking right.
Just made me think how cool that would have been in Fortnite. Like right now, because Spider-Man's a big part of the season, you can actually get the Spider-Man like web slingers and you can swing around. It's actually, they've been making fun of it a bit because their web swinging in this is better than like the Marvel Avengers Spider-Man.
Oh yes, I've read this somewhere. Yes,
and it is really good. Like it's amazing when you when you're swinging around and stuff like that. It's really like intuitive.
The Spider-Man game was great.
No, the Spider-Man game is great, but I guess in the Avengers they just introduced Spider-Man and the mechanics suck.
It's not very good.
But Fortnites are amazing. And it would have been cool because Shang-Chi was introduced in Fortnite. If you could have used found the rings. If you could have found the rings and then used them to like power jump and stuff like that. Because when you were able to find the symbiote and then you could run, and then it would give you like super jumping ability, super speed, and super strength, not really, because that doesn't really factor.
See, man, this movie looks like it cost $500 million, man.
Yeah, I know.
And there's so much action and shit, and then you hear about it in a budget of another movie, like, what the fuck?
Well, the thing is, too, it's like, this is a movie that probably would have cost $500 million once upon a time, but like, these workflows become more and more efficient like every single movie. So it's like the same, like this movie, to make this exact movie again, like a year from now, after having already made it, would have saved you. Like it would probably cost like 10 million less.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know.
What I was saying before is I never noticed if once they die, are these people dead?
Yeah.
Like their souls are stolen once they kill the dragon. Are they? I think they're dead.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing Buddy or anybody like, hey, you're back. Like,
yeah, no, I think I think the time is just gone. I think that energy, he absorbs it and eats it essentially, right?
Oh, fuck
me. It is so loud. I remember like seeing that and being like, oh, shit. Let her go. Remember when she kicked you in the face because you were having a flashback? Or because she had a flashback, whatever it was? Right. Ooh, that's a good way. That's very racist. They just Chinese finger trapped with that thing.
They have to push it forward and then.
Yeah. Did you see, what was it? Did you see the Eric Andre movie that he made?
The one with Tiffany Haddish after him?
Yes.
No.
Haddish, but but yeah, there's a scene when him and Lil Rel.
It's like Bad Trip or something.
Yeah. Him and Lil Rel, they have their penises in a Chinese finger trap together, but they're in public and they're like running around outside and they're pulling, but it's like all prosthetic, obviously, and it's pulling apart and stuff like that.
You can see it stretch. Like,
yeah. Which
is that a good movie or what?
Oh, it's funny as hell. It's very jackassy, which makes sense because Jeff Tremaine had like a lot to do with. Like, I think he produced the movie and like he was like a consultant on like the kind of the logistics of doing that shit. But yeah, so they did that and they went into a barber shop to get like, can I get scissors? And the guy pulled a knife on them and they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And they had to like run out. Well, their fake dicks were tied together.
Guy pulls a knife out on them.
Yeah. They went pretty hardcore.
Oh, fucking right, man. Mm-hmm. Like this guy's first outing. Like look at this guy.
And so humble and cool. Like when you see him, like it's everything you would want, like for yourself. It's everything you would want for yourself, like as far as your behavior and like how you are kind of taking it all in. Like he's so appreciative of it, so into it, and so like aware of how big he is and how cool it is anyways. Yes. That's the 10 rings.
Oh, a little span. He's spinning him around.
Drilling.
Yeah.
He's drilling a literal hole in him. As opposed to a figurative hole.
Holy shit. Like, look at this.
When did you learn this? It's like, I don't know, just, you know, when you're falling from really high up and then essentially a water tornado is holding you in place.
He's falling towards him.
I know there's a word for a water tornado. It's a water spout, but I just like that.
I saw two of them the one day, man, out in Lake Erie, man. It was fucking cool as hell looking.
Oh, that's cool. There was a water spout when we went camping one year, and and it had been raining so bad it flooded, like our whole thing flooded. We slept in our van because there was a lightning storm, so we decided to go home eventually after like
camping trip.
On the third day,
it's like every camping trip I've ever done.
I know, it was just the weather was so garbage, so we left. And I guess the night we left the lake that we were like right at, there was a water spout on the lake.
We can imagine getting up, you step right in his eyeball. Oh,
I was just thinking the
exact
same thing. I was like, she just came dangerously close to his eye. That would have changed. They would have all had to fight him now. They're like, seriously, you inconsiderate pricks.
I hope you step right in my eyeball.
Yeah.
She's like, I have no one to hug.
You can come hug me, I guess. I'm here.
Nah, she doesn't want it.
She really wants. Aquafina gives good hugs.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah, no,
they're all dead.
Man. I love this whole... Like, everybody does funerals better than us. Yes. Like, I love these paper lantern things, the Viking funeral of, like, the
burning body.
The burning thing.
It's a much cooler way of doing it, because then you don't go back and, you don't agonizing over, you go visit a grave, which keeps you, it's like, you deal with their memory, you remember them, in battle, and you remember them how you want to. Well, you don't remember their death. Like, you don't go to a place of where their body is and be like...
Everything we do at our funerals is just straight up vanity. It's
of course
pump me full of chemicals so I look just the same as I did when I'm dead, and then bury me in the ground in an ornate
and also make sure it costs a shit ton of money.
And then put my name on a thing so people always know my name. And it's like, no, I was like, if funeral pyres were an option, I 100% would be going.
What's
with
funny
that.
is like, no, it's not good for the environment. But you can have bazillions of bodies and coffins.
Yeah.
And there's only going to be, that's what gets me about like having a tombstone and shit too. Is like, there's only going to be 1-2 generations of people possibly coming to visit your thing.
Yeah.
Your great grandchildren are not coming to your grave.
No.
It'll be your,
if they do, it's by accident when they're going through a cemetery looking for the really old gravestones, going like, oh crap, look at this guy's been here for 300 years. Oh, he has the same last name as us. Oh, let's piss on it.
Let's piss on it.
I love the idea of trying to tell them this story.
Oh yeah, that's right. She shot that arrow.
I like the one thing they did in this and Black Panther is they took one big star who was white and just threw him in the movie. They're like, we're gonna go all out and make it a, like all people of color and all that. It's like, well, we're going to throw one white person in. And in Black Panther, it was Martin Freeman. Yeah. And this, it's
They're lucky we got that, for Christ's sake.
I know.
Put any fucking white people in my goddamn
I wouldn't have cared if they didn't have one at all.
Fuck at all.
I wouldn't have cared at all. It's just, it's very funny that they're like, we're going to put one in. Let's just put one in that like is meaningful to everybody.
There you go. Why isn't she here for drinks?
Well, even if not, she's from Macau. She's not just going to come to San Francisco just for the shits.
Oh, so the whole thing took about 2 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like it was even shorter. I love this. It would have been funny if it was Ned on the other side just being like, oh, shit.
Ned, old Neddy.
Shang Chi.
Let's hope we can kill her.
So apparently they didn't know he was going to do that. That's why, like, they're
push their chairs.
Yeah, I guess before the scene, he came up and he was kind of surveying like the chairs and them and stuff like that. And he's like, "Okay, I'm ready." So he came up and he just yanked and he shoved them aside. He wanted to be able to make sure he could actually do it without like knocking them over.
Right.
So they did. So he did it, but they didn't know. Like, even the director didn't know he was going to do it. So they were both like, "Oh, Jesus."
I like it.
Yeah, no, it worked well. It worked well, and it frames him nicely.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm out of frame.
Yeah, yeah. I've been in several of these movies now.
What the fuck is that?
Venmo is one of the cash apps for like sending. That's I think it's the most prominent one in the States.
They're banging.
Yeah.
You know that after this, she was all over him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then afterwards, he's probably like, I could do better. So good.
Awesome
good.
movie. Fucking love
Let's give
that
it the
movie.
claps.
I don't mind clapping for anything. So I'll clap for the clap.
I will force you down and clap your hands and your butt cheeks.
Ooh.
What? I've seen Charles Neworth's name a
there's
lot.
the Sonic rings.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's what they are.
Those
They're
are his Sonic rings. What if that's the next Shang-Chi? Sonic is the bad guy. He's like, I'm just about to die. If I don't get those rings, I'm done. Knuckles did a number on
I
me.
like this water fire thing going on here. This blue old.
Well, I guess this is based on the water map that Wenwu had, right? So good.
Based on, made of.
Fair. The one that he actually owns in real life.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I wonder if the dragons just goes back down to the bottom of the water, just chill, or if he hangs out for a while.
I guess. Well, maybe it's like unseasonably hot there, and he's just like, oh, it's so much nicer here.
I feel like he's got shit to do. Like dragons seem to just like hang around for a century sleeping or whatever.
They probably ask a lot of him if he hangs out above the surface. They're like, okay, you took on these guys. Can you help me like with your powers to like fix this? Like,
my toilet's clogged again.
Yeah.
Hey, dragon. He's like, fuck this and go back under the sea.
He's like one of those guys who's like just too nice, but he owns a pickup truck, so he's always helping people move. And I get it.
Oh, it's almost like...
That's just a better Olympics.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, here we go. So all the rings are there.
Oh, I forgot about this part.
Yeah. There's two really good scenes here. This is one. Actually, is it two? Oh, yeah.
And they don't know them.
Yeah, they don't know what these are.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. This is so cool. This blew my mind.
And I didn't even catch he's not Hulk.
Yes. But his arm's still fucked up. And Captain Marvel. I like that too, because he did pick like the best people. So this is now the fourth movie, I think, that Brie Larson has done with Destin Daniel Cretton.
Right.
So this is an interesting thing because it shows that he's not Professor Hulk anymore. Now the question is, does he go back and forth between that, like by choice or something? Because I think I saw there was a scene where he was Professor Hulk in She-Hulk.
Right.
Uh-huh. Ooh. Uh-oh, it's calling whatever.
It started when he used the rings the first time.
Yeah.
It said, oh shit. I got something on the stove.
I like you can get my number. It's like it's just this shitty like pager.
She's got shit going on out there, bud.
Yeah. That's my favorite thing about her too, because she even explains that at one time. She's like, where have you been this whole time? Like, I'm saving like the entire universe while you're just like dealing with this one piddly-ass planet. Oh, trajectory of your lives. It'll be like nothing you've ever experienced before. Bam. Awesome.
He was like, I was just about to back out too. He's like, damn it.
Yeah. I was going to sell
just would have left before you said that. Fuck.
This is awkward as shit. I just sold these on eBay.
$50.
And I even lowered my minimum just because.
Fucking Wong.
Oh God, it's so nice. Like, I'm so happy for Simu. Like, it could not have happened to a nicer guy.
He's probably a dickhead. How do you know?
I can only go off of what I've seen, but he's like I've seen so many things where he's just been like somewhere like when he came back to Toronto for the Toronto premiere, and like they had like there was where he was staying, there was a big billboard, and he was just he's like, oh my God, like,
he's like, I'm on this billboard.
Like, that must be crazy. I remember that I saw a video of one guy. It was I can't remember what company it was, if it was YouTube or Twitch or whatever, but they were like, we support creators and whatever. And it was this random guy who was like a creator on there, and he's on it and he sees his thing for the first time and he just started like crying. It was a freaking Times Square, like digital billboard.
Right.
And his face was on it, like 35 feet tall. And it was just like, holy shit.
I could see it could be a little overwhelming.
Yep. That can be a lot.
I'm sure they have to, you know, I mean, I wonder how much it costs to get this. If you're going to have it, you might as well play it during the credits. Yeah. Fucking Hotel California, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, once you buy the rights to it. That was like what they did with, I know we've talked about it before, but with the Impractical Jokers movie. It was Forever Your Girl by Paula Abdul. It's like a number of times.
Well, if you pay for it, right?
Yeah, but it was like 12 different versions. He did quit, Joe Gatto.
He was like my favorite one.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
He broke up with his wife or something, so now he's watching the kids, or...
Oh, is that what it is? I saw he said something about where, like, focusing on his family or something like that, so I was like, all right. I just figured, I figured they were ending the show or whatever. They've been doing that for a long time.
I guess Armie Hammer's getting, like, a second chance.
Oh, is he going to be on Impractical Jokers?
No, he's going to be in Death in the Nile.
Oh, yeah.
The Kenneth Branagh movie.
I thought I thought they had shot that before, like, all of the...
Well, craziness. I think maybe they did, and they're just like, they're keeping it. They're like, whatever, fuck it.
Well, what are you going to do? It's like,
whatever. So, I mean, who cares? Like, does the guy, is the guy actually eating flesh? I mean, the guy's married, he's got a kid. Like, so he said, I say creepy shit every 14 seconds.
He's not Kevin Spacey.
Who gives a fuck? Exactly.
Right.
Like, so there was a video of his son sucking on his toe for 14 minutes, and he's trying to talk his son into eating his toe.
Yes.
He's like, bite it, eat the flesh like your father. Eat the flesh. And they're like, well, that's a weird video.
Yeah. I'm still more weirded out by Tarantino's foot fetish. That's why he said he was giving up after 10 movies, because he knows I'm gonna really lay into this by movie 11.
No way, he's gonna start doing like imagine like I always thought of like an actor that went into porn. Yeah. But it was like Bradley Cooper starts to suddenly do pornography or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like Tarantino starts directing porn.
A Tarantino porn. You know what they call a cum shot in France? A Royale with cheese. It's the same. It's always
exactly the same
because it's fitting. But yeah, man,
I gotta sit through 25 fucking minutes of credits.
I know.
Speed this shit up like when you watch it on TBS or whatever the fuck.
This is the thing, though.
Jesus Christ.
I have to remind myself when I'm watching a non-Marvel movie that it's okay to leave. Like,
everybody's scared now. Everybody that's into the Marvel universe and all that shit is scared to leave any movie because you think there's going to be an after credits scene, and I think they've set a bad precedence because now we want it in all Marvel movies.
Yes. No, it's true. Well, it's because like the whole thing is one big story, and it's like you want to like if there's going to be a connection to the next one or some little funny little jab or something like that, then
mine. Okay, if we ever were to do like a Russo Brothers, we would have to do after the credits. It's Chris Evans.
Yeah.
In his regular street clothes. And he's like, what are you expecting an after credits scene? Fuck off. You're like, oh my God, it's Captain America. And you're like, oh no, it's not.
It would be kind of funny to just completely rip off the Matthew Broderick in Ferris Bueller, which was potentially.
He's like, what do you do? Why are you doing it in the movie still?
Yeah,
get out of here.
I don't even know if that might be the first one ever.
Deadpool did that too, though.
Yeah. That would have been very fun. Just go.
Yeah, he's like, what are you guys doing here still? I wonder if that's a good point. I wonder if that is.
I think it might be, or it's like
the first after credit scene ever.
Yeah. Oh, you know what blew my mind? And it was, God, I gotta see if I can find.
That's a good piece of trivia right there, bud.
I can't remember who it was now, but one of the. I can't fucking find it now. Come on. Fuck off. All right. One of the actors is in a movie. That I'm gonna double check. Maybe it was Awkwafina. I don't even know now. But they're in a movie called what was it called? Blazing Samurai. Oh, I think it's Michelle Yeoh. Yeah, she's in a movie called Blazing Samurai coming out. That is actually an animated family reboot of Blazing Saddles that Mel Brooks is producing, and it's got tons of stars in it.
What?
Yeah, like Mel Brooks is producing like this animation called Blazing Samurai, and it's like it looks like it's kind of like a ripoff of like Kung Fu Panda.
Oh my God, I was gonna say so bad.
What?
It'd be like instead of the sheriff's up N-word, it's the sheriff's up.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm surprised that he got away with that.
I know,
but I guess he's like. I'm Jewish, so like I'm also
he's Mel
went through the ringer, you know, like.
Well, but also the movie was written by Richard Pryor, so like.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Or he was a
him
writer
and Mel
on it.
Brooks.
Yes, yeah. Mel Brooks like did the story, and then
I did not know. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
But yeah, it's like that movie. I mean, that movie is mega classic, and it's what?
Where's fucking Quebec?
Quebec and Ontario.
Ontario creates
and BC.
We got them all in there.
Can't make a movie without filming it in most of Canada.
Ooh, I was like,
Jesus
oh my God,
Christ.
hell.
But yeah, it just blew my mind. But also Michelle Yeoh, things I didn't mention. She's in the next 4 Avatar movies, and then she's in another animated movie called The School for Good and Evil. It stars Lawrence Fishburne, Charlize Theron, Ben Kingsley, Kerry Washington, and Paul Feig's directing it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this part.
Yeah, so this is really cool. I like that it's such like an emo teenager
room.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah.
She's like, oh, they sure are, yeah.
Fine.
Who's waiting? The Eternals.
BTS. She's got so much power now. I like the first thing she does though is to make this shit inclusive. Because it was always only dudes.
Oh yeah. Well, when she was saying too about her dad totally hated her and because he reminded her of his mom and
yeah. Well, I think that in the next movie, if she's going to be the bad guy, which I would assume would be the case,
that's what I think is going on.
They'll officially call that the Golden Daggers now. It won't be the 10 Rings because she doesn't have the 10 rings.
Oh, well, they need something big else because it can't just be her.
Well, no, but she could bring something else into like I don't know what other Shang Chi bad guys there are, but it's cool.
There's a couple.
Yeah, I'm sure there's tons.
I'm gonna look that up tonight, actually.
Yeah. And then also, like, that's one thing I liked about Marvel. A lot more crossover bad guys. Like, Kingpin fought several of them. And like you would see, it's like, oh yeah, Doctor Doom fought against the Hulk in this one. Or
they
like
always do,
did.
yeah.
But like, there's a lot of that. All right, guys, that is the end of the movie.
When that song kicked in at the end, there should have been a rap about how the credits are not done.
Yeah.
1/3 of the credits done. Oh, you're like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Wouldn't that be the best? Wouldn't it be the best? The one single credit, and it was the credit for who was doing this current rap. It's going so slowly. It takes like 5 minutes to go from the bottom to the top, and then when it goes, it's like there's no more after credits. I just made you stay for my song, and then just cut.
Oh, and it would be the guy who works like the hot dog part at the contestant stand.
Yeah. All right, guys, that is it for this one. We're not going to stay through all the Disney Plus every other language credits because these credits were long enough. I don't care who did it in Finnish. Just don't care.
I used to always get like, what the fuck? Every now and then you'd be watching something on Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's like the show is not done yet.
Yeah.
But then they force you to watch the other, Dutch credits and blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah. Watch all those credits.
They deserve it. They made a movie.
But that is it for this one. Stay tuned for next week. Well, don't stay tuned. You can go do whatever you want and then come back next week.
Right where you are.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Wait
like casino sales, strap a diaper on.
Yeah. But
a bamboo diaper.
Next week, we'll come back with another Coming Attractions episode, and we're going to do another movie because that's how we do this. But we've got a little bit more Marvel to do, but we're going to have a little break in between, and that's just because of scheduling and things like that. So we'll have another fun movie coming for you in 2 weeks from now, and you'll find out what that is next week. Make sure to go and find us on miscastcommentary.com. Email us podcast@miscastcommentary.com. On Twitter, we are Miscast Podcast. I'm Miscast Joe. Todd's Miscast Todd. We have a TikTok at Miscast Commentary. I'm at Miscast Joe there. Todd should do TikTok. I think it's more fun than Instagram, but that's neither here nor there. And Todd is on Instagram at Tebow the Sailor. You can follow him there. We have a Miscast Commentary one, but I've kind of left that one by the wayside. Sorry about that. But anyway, you can find us Facebook. You can find us anywhere on God's green earth. If you are watching this on YouTube, and God damn it, you should be, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe and hit the notification and all that good stuff. And if you're listening to us on podcast, make sure you rate and review wherever you're listening, because all those things help us get more eyeballs and earballs on us. So,
what he said.
All those things. So thank you guys all so much. We will see you next week. Peace.
Bye.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.